Can't seem to get this freaking.
Bam, we're live. I bet you if we paid people, they would show up on time. Oh no. I can hear myself breathing. That's not good.
That's not good.
Welcome to the news show on the Sevan podcast. We're here today with Matt Souza. Kate Gordon will be joining us at her leisure because she don't give a fuck if she's on time. And Hobart just texted me and said he's eating dinner, and I'm sorry that you can hear me breathing. So check this out. I'm in this hotel room. Hi, Matt.
Hey, Sevan.
I'm in this hotel room in Scottsdale, Arizona. And they have this drink. It's a CBD drink.
What's it called?
Sparkling water. Am I allowed to share like shit like that?
Oh, yeah, maybe we.
Matt and Josh train me well. They're like, never promote anything unless they're paying you fucking money. Never. Actually, it's probably more Matt. It's this. It was just in the fridge.
Ooh.
And just so you know what a scumbag I am, it's my fasting day, and this thing has 10 calories, but I don't give a fuck. I think I've crossed over the 24-hour mark. And then I'm also having this, and Maggie gave me this, Maggie Glassman. This also has 5 calories. So when I tell you guys I fast every week, you can just be like, not exactly. He's. But I could have had hot coffee, and I'm just like, you know what? She gave me 2 of these. I'm like, I need to be so jacked up for my podcast. I'm having so much fun here in Arizona.
Yeah,
I'll tell you this, though. Yeah, I'll tell you this. It is. Well, it's still early. Just be careful, anyone who says, why don't you leave California? I just can't explain to you how nice it is in California where I live. I just can't. I mean, it's nice here. It's very nice. And there's all sorts of crazy shit like that we don't have like in my vicinity in California. Like they got everything. Like you want to go in this tube that fucking blows air from the bottom and you fly around in it. They got it here. You want to see the world's largest butterfly garden? They got it here. You want to see the world's largest indoor skate park? They got it here. I mean, Phoenix, it's just, they brought everything to the desert, but I'm telling you, Cali. Cali.
Something about that weather, huh?
Bruce, how'd you know how did you guys know the show was on? Like I screwed this all up. I forgot to put out it wasn't until 6:45 p.m. Mountain Standard Time that I put out a notice that we were going to go live today. How did you guys? Oh, dude, is this all fucked up because of the time change? Because I'm in a different time zone. Is that why there's no Kate here and no James here? Is this not really going to be a news show?
No. You have it right. It's 6 p.m.
Who knows? Who cares if I have it right?
Well, it doesn't change. It doesn't change for them at all.
Oh, like you're in California. What time is it right now?
6:03.
Oh shit! I didn't send him a fucking invite. Oh man, I am a mess today.
Hold on.
I am a fucking mess. Holy shit! I mean, look at. Hey, that's typical of how the world works. I sit here and I talk crazy shit about other people, and guess whose fault it is the whole entire time? The white guys.
Oh man, I'm glad you did that because I'm stressing trying to get that video that you sent me to.
You're the fucking producer of the show. How about you send out some shit? What do you do? Your wife's walking by in the background. Hi.
Yeah, it would have been funnier because if it would have turned on a few minutes earlier, it would have been us arguing about all the stuff that I have to do, and we just came back in from cleaning the gym from last night's festivities, and I'm trying to get it back in order so that way I could be there fresh 5:30 a.m. with the class. Yeah, you're a good dude. Help saving people's lives one fucking CrossFit member at a time, gouging them with your $275 a month initiation fees of your damn affiliate. Why don't you do it for free, Souza? Be inclusive. I know. So Souza and I have a little issue here, and he doesn't know that it's an issue, but like I want everyone in the world to agree with me, and he didn't agree with me on something, and I've been like, it's been festering. This comment down here, oh shit, I was using my phone as a mouse. This comment down here, Crazy Town Banana Pants, after I did that whole fucking shtick on the last show about Crazy Town Banana Pants, I'm like, dude, you see how that's like, that person's fucking nuts, right? Like anyone who calls you Crazy Town Banana Pants, it's like one of those people that like is Valerie Voberl was like that. Like, you know what I mean? Like she was like little nuts. Like she still listened to like Old MacDonald Had a Farm just because she had kids.
Like it's just like too much kid time or something. Oh, he's crazy town banana pants. How about he's a psychotic fucking right-wing gun-toting fucking racist homophobe? I mean, I prefer that's at least like a little more. I mean, that's crazy, but I know that kind of crazy. To call me crazy town banana pants is like weird kind of crazy. Like, oh shit. Sorry, Valerie, you didn't deserve to take like unnecessary shrapnel on that. But
Collateral damage.
Thinks that that's just like someone who's like a fan who's just trying not to be mean. Like they really didn't think that I'm crazy town banana pants, but they do. Hi, Kate.
Hi.
I want to apologize to you and James Hobart in advance for all the shit I talked about you guys being late when it was actually my fault. I really don't like that when I blame other people. I'm projecting onto other people my inadequacies. Hobart, you must have a dick that's so huge you have it's just a struggle to take it around with you all day. I just see it in your eyes.
It's brutal, man.
See what I did there?
It's brutal.
See what I did there?
Wait, so what did you disagree with me on though? What did I disagree with?
You think that this lady is like being nice. Like she's just a friendly lady and it's just like a joke and like she really likes me. No, this fucking chick is saying like, yo, this motherfucker's nuts. But fucking he did a good job with Sarah Sigmund's daughter podcast. And like
that was a great podcast. That was a great podcast. Okay. End of the story.
Yeah, okay, good. Here's the thing, and you guys all fucking know this, and I'm the last one to the party. I just realized this while I was soaping my pubes in the shower. Do you know all you fucking people who hate me? You should like me. I make fucking everyone look good. Imagine that's why Kate's on the show, Hobart's on the show, and Susie's on the show. Just imagine if you stood next to a pile of shit. That's what these guys are doing. That's me. I'm like, I smell. I'm unattractive. I'm short. I like which brings me to my next point. I was in Scottsdale today in a indoor parkour skateboard trampoline place, huge place, like a fucking Costco, but just with cool shit in it.
Parkour,
trampoline, and skateboarding. And fucking my kids tear it up. My kids are so amazing, and they're polite and kind and sweet and handsome. And 2 moms in there were checking me out.
That's not true, man.
That is, I'm pretty.
They were checking you against a registry of some sort of a offender list.
Is that him? I don't know. I can't tell. Can you,
dude? I'm telling you, and I was just in the shower when I was probably past washing my pubes. I was probably like washing my fucking neck hair that attaches to my back at the time. And I'm like, I'm pretty sure there were 2 chicks today checking me out. I even told my wife, I'm like, and I told Greg and Maggie, I was there with them. I'm like, I'm pretty sure that there's 2 ladies in here who want the badonkadonk from me. And
want the banana pants.
Is that why people check you out? Because of the badonkadonk?
I don't know, but Maggie, Greg's wife, didn't help. She's like, how do you know? I'm like, I don't know. I'm just sensed something for the first time in my life. So then I was just telling my wife about it, and she's like, "Oh yeah, you looked handsome today." I was like, "Oh shit, I knew it." But then I'm like, anyway, it was weird. When's the last time Greg told you look pretty, Kate?
Most days.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Can you tell me how he says it?
Oh yeah, one last thing. Hey, Gordon, mate, is so fit.
I know. Shut the fuck up from England. Okay, go ahead. Tell me how Greg says it. Sorry, that dude's going to be obnoxious today, I think.
It's like that, but with an Australian accent.
Hobart, how often does your fine piece of ass tell you that you look handsome?
I watched the 2018 games documentary.
Oh, it's out?
Yep. No, I did a pre-screening.
Okay. Dude, everyone's done a pre-screening except me, and I fucking produced that thing. I just want
your name is on the producer credit. I meant to text you that.
Oh shit!
You want to see it?
Yeah. Wow.
I meant to send it to you last
all
night.
All of that integrity goes to Mariah Moore, the director. I'm sure. Wow.
Oh, there it is.
Anyway, I really liked it.
Humbly accept.
I really liked it. Yeah, I liked seeing that. I I got to see Eric Maciel's name on there too. Little credit,
Stuff.
which is cool because he's editing right now, post producing all the content for Cap. But anyway, what I wanted to get
Is
to
he?
here was
Eric Maciel's doing that.
yeah, and he's been
God, I
him
hope
and Jay
he's
him and Jay Vera have been both really helpful with that process.
one great
anyway.
filmmaker and one extremely hard worker right there.
So yeah, I want to throw that out there. But what I also want to talk about was you're talking about guys with butts. When in
No,
did
I
you say
wasn't.
that-
No,
that's
no.
why they were checking. That's why they were checking you out because you're badonkadonk. Didn't someone say that?
Oh
Did I
yeah,
imagine
I
that
used the
whole
word
fucking thing?
wrong. Sorry. Fuck, you
Okay.
called me on it. I was just using badonkadonk, not like it's my butt, but like they wanted to fuck. Sorry, you called me on it.
Oh, that's the Kavorka from Seinfeld. Do you remember that when Kramer had the Kavorka and all the women, like he was irresistible to all the women on the show? Anyway, well, you got me thinking about badonkadonks. When Dean Linder Layton gets out of the water in the 2018 documentary when he wins the Madison Tri Plus event, it was like run, swim, paddle on the board, run. The dude's got
What's the guy's name?
Dean Linder Layton. I believe he's
Australian.
an Aussie.
Yeah.
Okay, go on.
Yeah. The dude's got an engine, and I told my wife last night, I said, that guy's got an awesome ass.
I typed in Dean Linder and I get an obituary. He died in 2021. He's born in 1935. That guy?
Different guy.
Oh, I spelled
How
Layton wrong.
Cassandra, she tells me that pretty regularly. She's very sweet to me. She takes pity on how ugly I actually am. She's very, very doting with compliments.
I don't see this dude's ass in any of these pictures.
Oh God! You want me to screenshot the documentary?
Hey, so I asked my wife how often she says it to me, and she said once a week. And I'm like, the fuck you do? How many kids we have? She goes 3. I go, that's about how many times you've told me I'm handsome. She goes, you don't listen. You don't listen. Can
How
you
many
imagine
times
me
do you
not
tell
listening?
her she's beautiful?
3 times a day. Every time my dick gets hard, I blame her. But I don't say you look beautiful. I'm like, damn it. She's like, what? I'm like, I'm excited again. It's your fault.
Is your love language words of affirmation?
Hey, I have a question about that.
Yeah, go, because I need to paint this picture a little bit more before I understand exactly what Kate.
All right, you get your paintbrush out.
I've
heard this love.
It's more like, hey, we have 5 minutes.
I've heard this whole love language thing bubbling up again. Like that book's pretty old, but I've been hearing more and more people talk about it again recently. So I'm kind of curious to know like where this in pop culture is like popping up again.
What book?
It's like the 5
Gary
love
Chapman.
language.
Yeah, I think it's just 5 love languages. He has like a bunch of books. He has like the 5 apology languages. He has a bunch of different ones.
What
But
are
yeah,
the
so your five love languages are words of affirmation, physical touch, gifts, acts of service, and quality time. So essentially, it's like you can go and do his quiz and answer a series of questions, and it will say, hey, you are predominantly words of affirmation, which is someone who likes to be told compliments, someone who likes to hear nice things about themselves or whatever it is. Or it might be physical touch, someone who likes like holding hands or hugging or cuddling or whatever it is, fucking.
Like a rapist. A rapist is his language of love is physical touch.
She's making a good point. Why do you gotta fucking ruin it?
I know. I tried to reel that one in. I really did. I want you to know I tried to reel that one in. Sorry.
You always go down that. Yeah. Okay.
Sorry.
And then there's acts of service, which is like doing something for your partner, and then quality time, spending time together, and then what was the other one? Gifts. So gifts. A gift doesn't necessarily have to be something that's like, I guess, more superficial. It's like gifts could be like gifting your time or gifting your energy or whatever it is, or like taking care of the kids or whatever. So
I was gonna say something else, guys. Gift meaning like you view your wife as a whore or your mate as a whore. Like you give them $100 bill. But yeah, I just you know what I mean.
Yeah. So like you might be mostly quality time with a bit of physical like touch, or gifts with words of affirmation. So like you can kind of figure out what your language is, but you can also think of it in 2 senses. So you might speak one language, but you might receive another language. So like, for example, I really like speaking words of affirmation to my partners, but then I also personally love quality time. So it's like quality time is probably more important to me, but I like to do gifts and words of affirmation for my partners. So it's like you kind of need to figure out what your partner likes and prefers and what their language is so that you can speak the same language. So it's like the examples in the book would be like when you have a partner who's like, hey, I always take the trash out. I always do really nice things for you. But you're talking to someone else who's like, I don't give a fuck if you do acts of service for me. We don't spend any time together. So it's like one person's speaking one language, another person is speaking a different one. And so it's like both of them are showing love, but in a way that the other one doesn't understand. So that's where you can have conflict or a hard time expressing your feelings.
I think I attract people who are like touch is their thing. And the hard thing about if you're a person who's of touch is if they touch you and like you reject them, it like really, really fucking hurts their feelings. That one's really tough because so my wife's really, really, really touch. Like that's her thing. It's always been for 20 years. That's how she like gets my attention, just touches me. And but if I reject her, it's not because I'm rejecting her. Although of course it would if I did that to her and she did that back to me, I'd fucking come unhinged. I'd jump off the fucking balcony. But for me, it's just like I just want to do something else. You know what I mean? And I'm just talking about. I don't know, but yeah, touch is. I think I'm a touch person. Like if I'm showing my love to my wife, like I just push her on the bed and jump on her like a trampoline. Hey, what do you think about this? Hey, I'm exploring this idea that you can't if you are. What was the one you needed? Quality time.
Yeah, I tend to be quality time and physical touch.
I think if you're someone who needs quality time, you won't ever be with someone who's great.
Oh.
That's my newest. That's my newest thing.
Quality time doesn't mean a lot of time. It just means time that is quality.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think there's a difference between just spending time with someone and actually like intentionally being together or connecting.
Yeah. I mean, because I'm great and my wife and I did long distance for a while and I travel a lot and we're pretty busy. Oh, did I say I'm great? Sorry. Are we answering
You
that
are
call?
great though. You are great. You're still humble.
I don't want to be humble, so I'm not going to be. What are you drinking like amoxicillin? What the hell is that bottle?
Oh, it's a cold brew.
Oh.
Hey, this is great. I think this is a call from India. No, it's a call from Iowa. It's an Indian call. Patel, what's up?
One place.
What's up? How you guys doing?
Good.
I just wanted to call in because Sevan, whenever you talk about your kids, it always makes me think back to when I was a kid, and like my dad would always take me literally anywhere with him just to hang out with him. And I didn't really realize that until you went back and started talking about it. I was like, man, he just wanted to really spend time with me, and I just think that's really cool. And it brought back all his memories. I just want to say thank you for that.
If you call up and make my tear ducts like get all weird and shit ever again, I'll just hang up on you right away.
All right. Sounds like a plan. I just wanted to say thank you for that.
Yeah. Hey, what are you? Are you Indian, dude?
I am Indian who lives in Iowa, the place where COVID does not exist.
What are you doing there? How's an Indian dude? You own a liquor store there? No,
actually, my parents owned a couple businesses growing up.
Fucking Indians, they take over you. They're just like, I'm telling you, Indians, Armenians,
hardest working race.
Yeah, Indians, Armenians, and Jews. Sprinkle some Japanese people in there. Just if you didn't oppress them, they would take over.
It's called discipline and hard work, Sevan.
Hey, why aren't you guys complaining? You guys are kind of black. What the fuck are you guys doing? Uprise that shit. There's 1.7 billion. You do some shit. Storm this country.
See, the thing is, Indians are the most unoffendable people ever because they are the most racist.
Look how happy Sevan is at that comment.
I just love it. Yeah. I just loved it. Well, can you tell me your first name?
Apurva.
Apurva. God, you got to be. And you're smart as shit, right?
I'd like to think so, but I've been told I'm dumb by my older brother, so we'll see.
Well, I mean, just outside of your gene pool, you're smart as shit.
I guess we'll say yes.
And how old are you?
25.
God, that's a great age to be. Hey, did you Apurva? Did you see did I say your name right? Apurva?
Yeah, you are.
Did you see Nick Rodriguez? He's 25. Did you see that podcast I did with him?
I didn't watch it. I listened to it, and I went back and watched some of his clips on YouTube, and that kid's a fucking killer.
I know, right? 25, same age as you.
Yeah, and he's doing a lot more things than me. I'll tell you that.
He's just like, and I'm like, hey, dude, like, what about girls? Don't you get distracted by chasing girls? And he's like, dude, look at me. You think I chase girls? No.
Yeah.
Girls chase me. I was like, oh, yeah, fuck.
I'm not that lucky. I got to go chasing.
I know. You sound like a nice man.
I try to be.
And you CrossFit?
Of course. Absolutely.
Oh, you're a good dude. And what's your affiliate?
I'm waking up.
You go to an affiliate?
So whenever I do go into an affiliate, it's called CrossFit Exodus. It was called CrossFit Exodus. I think they unaffiliated last year during all that stuff, but I just work out at home. I pretty much built the gym in my basement.
How do you spell Exodus?
I think it was EXODUS.
Indian. See, this motherfucker just spell that shit. Won the spelling bee just right here on the show.
Sevan, he actually knew how to spell it. He just felt bad for you, and that's why he acted like he had kind of to spell it out.
Listen. I asked him. That was a test. That was to make sure he's Indian. If he'd have fucked that up, I'd have called him a liar. Like 9 out of 10 spelling bees in this country are won by Indian chicks.
And males. Don't be sexist here.
You mean don't forget? Have you seen the lady who just won the spelling bee? I think it was last year.
I mean, probably at the time, but I don't really remember it.
She is not Indian. I don't know what she is, but she's a black skin. She's like really dark black, and she holds like 4 world records for basketball too. Look at Kate. Look at Kate's face right now. She's like, "Can we go back to talking about love?" Anyway, we got to. Someone should pull that girl's Instagram up. She has like 90,000 followers. She's like 12 years old, and she holds like 4. Yeah, that's her, dude. This lady is amazing. I would love to get her parents on the podcast. She does some shit with a basketball that's like absolutely nuts. Yeah, that's her. Azalea, 14-year-old. If you don't follow this girl, man, everyone should follow her. Is that her mom?
No, I think that's an ad.
ad.
I'm gonna pull up her Instagram.
Oh. Look at me, racist. I just see a black older woman. I just think it's her mom right away.
Gosh darn it.
All right, Patel. Thank you.
All right. Yep. You guys have a good one.
Peace and love. Yeah, your dad's a cool dude. Man, that actually hit me kind of hard. You can pigeonhole almost everyone except white people.
Why are you drinking?
This is coffee. Maggie gave this to me today. I was going on our podcast. This is coffee. It's cold coffee. Now you talk, Hobart. You're going to attack me, then I defend myself, then you attack, or you retreat.
I don't need to attack you back. I was just reading the comments.
Please don't do that.
Look at that
Okay,
trophy.
scroll,
Yeah,
go a little more.
Sorry.
Go to this might be one of the greatest people
That's
on
a
Instagram.
serious trophy. Holy fuck.
Yeah.
Go to one of her videos, Matt, where she's dribbling. I mean, her skills are just endless, but her spelling and her basketball are absolutely nuts. Go to the one where she's dribbling like 5 balls or 7 balls at a time. She has some like Guinness Book of World Record for most balls dribbled at a time. And I wonder if she's almost like autistic. I mean, oh, there it is. Look at this fucking complete nuttery.
Wow.
I mean, it's only 4. You said 7.
Dude,
Not
whatever,
as
dude.
impressive as I thought it was gonna be.
Oh, shit.
Okay. All right.
Does she
I take
have
it
like
back.
a system or is it random?
Oh, dude, it's so precise. It's so precise.
Oh
Do you
yeah, that one you can see it.
It is a pattern,
Oh my
right?
god, that's so cool.
How stressful is that?
She's just got a big brain or something.
It's not stressful.
Super
It's just
brain.
cool. Yeah.
Oh, dude, it's stress. Hey, there's some stat I was looking at the other day that like 200 million people in the world can very, very easily and competently juggle 3 balls, and then you go to 4 balls and it's like 500,000. But when you get to like 12 or 13 balls, there's only like 2 people. And the numbers get really small, really, 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 really quick.
How many can you juggle? Simone?
I can't do. I can juggle 3, but not competently. I mean, like, I juggle 24 hours a day. Oh, darn it.
That's the Sevan I wanted.
I had a good comeback for that. It was just so slow. I'm slipping. I was being serious, Hobart. Don't do that to me.
Bruce, accurate.
Please throw that comment up. Yes, Bruce. Very true.
You can tell
Well
Sevan
said.
got hit on today because he's really happy. He's so smiling since we got on the call.
Barbeljobs.com. Tomorrow I have Eddie Penny on. SEAL Team 6 guy, 20 years in the Navy. Actually, I think he did 2 years in the Marines, 18 years in the Navy, 20 years total in the military. I'm excited to have him on. I have no idea what we're going to talk about. Never met him before. Just found a dude on Instagram. I was like, wow, this guy looks interesting.
Can't wait.
Oh, what's the status? So we were going to have Miko Salo on the Sevan podcast, and now all of a sudden Josh is trying to get him on the Josh and Sevan podcast. Did Miko reach out to you? I sent him a DM, told him to reach out to you.
No, he hasn't. I haven't got anything from him yet. I'll reach out to him then.
He's going to be tough. How's the news doing? Hobart?
In the States? Sorry.
I'm ready to rip on the news, but I feel like we're having a good conversation. We're only 25 minutes in, so usually we don't start the news for another 15 minutes.
Something's up with Kate tonight. She's like, you know what? This is like her final straw. Boy, I'm insecure. She's like, you know what? Fuck this podcast. I'm gonna do a sex podcast. I'm gonna do a relationship podcast.
You guys should have heard my podcast this week. It was got a little bit loose.
You did a podcast?
Yeah, so I started my own podcast with my partner Greg, and
I knew it. I fucking knew it.
Yeah, we're in deep though. I've been running that for a couple months. I've got like almost 10 episodes, but yeah, it just gets a little
pull
bit
that shit up, man.
I'm on my own.
Talk shit about it. Pull that shit up, and whatever you don't promote it when you pull it up.
Kate, how long does it take to do that love language test? Because I want Sevan to take it right now live on this show. What are you drinking now, for fuck's sake, man?
I mean, I got CBD. This is in the fridge at the hotel. CBD drink, and this is coffee. I'm just.
Oh, good.
Those are our new sponsors.
I'm getting so many questions about Australia. Zachary, I don't believe they're for sale, but they did just move locations, so I think they're just looking for a new location. That's CrossFit Gold Coast. And I won't move to Queensland. Queensland is locking down. I am leaving Victoria, though. I am moving states because Melbourne is a shithole. So
you're moving where?
I'm moving to Newcastle, which is like an hour north of Sydney. So I'm moving to the state above me.
Why don't you just go to that super duper northern coast that's fucking empty?
Because it's Queensland and they're locking. The reason I'm going to New South Wales is that their mandates and their like all their rules and restrictions for vaccinated or unvaccinated people finish December 15th. And it's the only state that will be open. So that's where I'm going.
Now that's a downer. Get her, Hobart. She's like, what the fuck? Why are you bringing the show?
No, Kate, I'm glad to hear that you're moving. I think that's awesome that you're able to do that.
What about Greg?
I'm sucked into these comments, man. People blasting you for drinking uppers and downers. Steven said that he calls that a hippie screwdriver. Cold brewing a CBD drink. What a beast. There you go. Gone rogue.
Gone rogue.
What is that? Oh,
you were
getting
some love for your podcast in different people's 2021 Spotify.
I know. I was actually like stoked on that. That was really cool. But
wait a second.
Yeah.
Wait a second. Let me see that logo, Gone Rogue. How the fuck we have a dog picture of a dog of mine that died that I just found on my desktop for our fucking show, and she got like some graphic.
I've told you so many times to switch the.
What's funny is Susan probably made that graphic for her.
I know. Oh shit! What else? How many episodes she got? How often is she putting these out?
That's 8. Not very often. We were doing weekly, but I dropped off for a little bit.
Good. You don't have the you don't have the discipline or the consistency.
Do you know what? Do you know what got me back onto it though? I was like, I'm doing more fucking Sevan podcasts than I'm doing of my own goddamn podcast. Like, fuck. So now I'm doing it every Wednesday night. It's live at 5 on Wednesday night. Little push there, little nudge.
Dude, what? It's live? You do it live?
I'm doing it live now, yeah.
Do you go live on Instagram to tell people to go over there first?
I've never been live on Instagram before. I just post about it, and I like today, tomorrow, Wednesday, I'll make sure I'm posting about it and sharing.
Why don't you go live on Instagram?
I don't know. I never have. Well, because I think once you're no longer live, it disappears.
No, you can save it. But here, just do this. Like 5 or 10 minutes before you go on, just be like, "Hey guys, I'm about to go live on my YouTube station. You guys should get over there. What are you doing?"
I put it on my story, but yeah, okay.
Yeah, go live.
Right, I'll do it for you.
Yeah. And what software are you using to go live with?
I'm using StreamYard now.
Oh God.
I actually just got contacted by Barbell Jobs.
What? Say that again.
I'm shitting. I'm kidding you.
Were you talking about listen, Andre. I'm telling you, Andre, do not go to the dark side. Stay here, Andre. Barbell Jobs. Although I didn't mention Barbell, it's sometimes I forget to mention the sponsor, and I didn't mention it on the Sarah Sigmund's daughter. And man, I was expecting a call from Andre and just whoop my ass. I think we're about to get another sponsor. God, Barbell Jobs is such a good sponsor. They don't sell Coke or Pepsi. They don't sell Moderna.
Will, I upgraded. Thank you. Will was fucking listening to my podcast live as well.
Oh, this fucking Will.
I'm bringing the Sevan followers over to the dark side.
Use the free version. Good.
Not anymore. No. I got a special deal with StreamYard, so the logo will be gone.
Hey, let me see that podcast again. Let me see that where you've gone rogue.
Hold on.
What are you gonna say? What could you possibly say right now?
Dear
what do you
Bill,
want to know? Do you want me to give you your secret? Do you want me to give you my secrets? Do you want me to help you out?
Dear Bill and Katie at Rogue Fitness.
Here we go.
Please feel free to send a cease and desist to KateGordon@gmail.com for stealing your name. She's calling her podcast Gone Rogue. It's clear violation of IP, PP, BD. She used Sevan 20.
Oh, Caleb Beaver. He's killing it tonight.
That guy, Will Bannister, is the one who, I think that dude runs our Instagram.
Yep.
We vetted him very, very thoroughly before we gave him the codes to our Instagram. We protect this brand very seriously.
Rigorous process.
Okay. One last thing.
That's funny. You should see the pictures. He was DMing me from that Instagram account.
Oh, good.
Good for you, Will. Good for you and your fiance.
I want to see the name. Oh, dude, look at what she does too. Listen to this fucking propaganda. How many times can I get stood up and I'm leaving Melbourne? Oh, stood up meaning like from dudes? Dropping so many bombshells in this episode. Oh, please.
Dropping so many bombshells.
Talking about my current dating situation, my training situation, my plan for next season, and how enormous Greg's cock is and how I manage it. Wow.
It really says that?
Hit play on that. Look at Hobart on the computer. It's the first time with his mouth open.
I zoomed in.
Oh my God, it does not say that. The beginning of this is really bad, so there's nothing to play there.
Wow, this is brilliant. No, Bart.
Get that shirt made. I'm going to start a podcast. I'm just going to call it White Bread.
Get canceled.
Fuck. White Bread. Brought to you by
Will looks like
Jobs.
a good candidate. Yeah.
We got another dude too. This guy, Caleb Beaver. C Beaver. C Beaver. He that dude's also on the team.
His middle name better start with an A.
I think this dude does the clips. I think that they're working behind my back though, like they're interchangeable. I bet you Will has shared the Instagram code with Caleb, and Caleb shared the YouTube code with Will. I'm starting to see these guys. They're definitely they're. I tried to keep everyone apart so I can control them, but everyone's working behind my back like something. I'm like a conductor that doesn't want the musicians to know each other, but these fuckers figured it out.
Okay, so how long does it take to take that love language test? Because I want Sevan to take it right now.
I don't think it takes too long. I mean, you can kind of go through it pretty quickly and just answer, the first thing that comes to mind.
Why is Sevan getting close to the camera? I'm in a hotel room. I'm like, I got this weird fucking headset on. I'm like, I'm not myself today. I'm not myself.
Oh, what was that?
Just buttons on. I just have these buttons now that I can push because this is a new Roadcaster Pro.
Oh yeah, one last thing.
Oh, and I programmed that in. That's for some.
Oh yeah, one last thing. Hey Gordon, mate, is so fit.
How long does this take? Can we take it right now?
No, come on, dude. I'm not that I don't want to be that vulnerable.
Start the quiz. Let's go.
I don't want to be that vulnerable.
How do you describe yourself? I am an adult. Thank you, Matt. I need my own buttons.
Hey,
can we just do 3 questions? Let's do 3. How do you describe yourself?
Have you ever felt like an adult, Hobart?
Not once.
Have you ever felt like an adult, Kate?
Sometimes, depending on what I'm doing. Like at the moment, I'm calling property management people, and I'm like, oh, this is so much adulting. But otherwise, no.
Do you feel like you ever feel like an adult? Oh, go ahead, Hobart. Sorry.
One time I felt like an adult. A friend's dog died, and I found it drowned. The dog drowned, and I found the dog. Myself and another friend, and then so we had to like go retrieve the dog out of the water. It was just like that was that day, and we buried it like that, and we had to tell them like that day. I felt like an adult.
Did you bury it first or tell them first?
Told them.
Hey, your dog's buried in this hole over here.
Hey, if you want to go see your dog, here's a shovel. Dig it up.
And then they dig it out and they realize you lied to them. You really just fucking threw their dog out.
It's not their dog. It's 3 of their cats.
Do I know the person?
Yeah.
And was it their fault? Were they negligent? Is that why their dog drowned?
No.
Oh, you couldn't say though, even if it was, right? Well, how old was the dog?
Relatively young.
Fuck, I shouldn't have brought the story up.
I
Okay.
don't think I've ever heard of a dog drowning.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's unusual.
Yeah.
What am I missing? Thank you, Hobart, for dropping the.
I want to tell such a morbid joke. When Kate said I've never heard of a dog drowning, I really wanted to say that's what happens when you hold his head underwater. But I was like, I can't say that. That actually almost makes you want to cry. My dad told me a story once when when he was younger, a raccoon drowned his dog.
A raccoon drowned his dog?
And just for the record, I've owned dogs my entire life. And they were great to test all my new makeup on. And I've happily happily owned them, and I love dogs, so I'm just going to throw it out there. But
he cross-dressed his dogs before he cross-dressed himself. Have you ever gotten rid of a dog, Hobart?
Gotten rid of?
Yeah. Have you ever gotten rid of a dog? You say you love dogs. Have you ever gotten rid of a dog?
Like it just.
You're in college. You get a dog for 4 years, and you take him to the pound. You pass him off to someone else. You let him run away.
No, actually, my first dog was a rescue.
Oh man, you're a good dude. I was starting to attack. I was on the attack.
Yeah.
So how did this dog drown? I like what Kate said. I've never heard of a dog drowning. Was the dog obese? COVID?
I'm not fucking doing this.
Dog of insulin resistance.
It just wasn't a breed of dog that should have been swimming, and but it did really like the water.
What kind of dog was it?
Thank you. A basset hound? I'm trying to think.
I think the types of breeds, they're called brachycephalic.
Good luck, Susan.
Those are like I think that's the term. I could be wrong on that, but like pugs and like certain types of bulldogs. You know, the underbite and they have a little pushed up nose. Oh
yes. Yeah. Overbred dogs for fucking weirdos. Let me tell you, French. I have a strong opinion about it. If you get a French bulldog, a pug, any of those fucked up dogs, what's wrong with you? Would you get one of those? Even
okay.
Even
I'm so sorry, Kate and Matt, that I told this story. So sorry. I'm looking at the camera and I'm apologizing.
Wow.
That's interesting, though. Many people mistakenly think that all dogs can actually swim, but it's not the case. They just doggy paddle, not because that's their style of swimming, because it's fucking by necessity. They're like, holy fuck, I don't know what I'm doing.
And I have like a cynical streak right now. We're listening to Tosh.0. I took a road trip earlier this week, and we listened to like a lot of Tosh.0.
Did you listen to Happy Days? Happy Days?
I don't remember. We listened to a bunch of his stuff. He's just brutal.
He's my favorite comedian of all time. I think he's way.
No one is safe.
I think
no one is safe.
He is so good. I can't swim. Man, I've been swimming a lot.
I mean, after all the cold brew and CBD juice he's drank in the last 15 minutes, he should not swim for at least an hour.
I said to my kids, they wanted to go swimming, and you know, like when we were kids, it was okay, you can't go swimming 20 minutes after you eat. My kids are like, we want to go swimming. We want to go swimming. I go, first, you got to eat your entire hamburger, and then you can go swimming. The opposite of the way I was raised. Jump in. I felt like an adult once. I don't know. I've probably felt a few times, but the time that I most felt like the adult was a kid crashed at the skateboard park, and his parents weren't there, and he's like 12 years old, and he screamed. His head bounced off the concrete, and he's like, I can't see. And I fucking jumped down there, and I drug him over to the fucking shade, and I was like, it's okay. And I was just, this dude started talking out of my mouth. I'm like, holy fuck. I was having an out of body experience. I'm like, whoa, look, there's an adult on the scene. Crazy. Like my heart was pouring out to him.
You gotta feel like an adult when you've got kids.
Yeah,
Surely.
yeah. That's when it happens. Like that's when you start sensing it.
Yeah.
Try not to let it out. But.
What is
it's
it?
Like the contrast.
What's the definition that we're going for adult here? Just like depressing, shitting things we've had to deal with, or like is there
just no longer feeling like a
kid? I try to feel like a kid as much as I possibly can. Adult stuff sucks.
Just like
dogs out of a pond and dealing with property managers.
Yeah, Bruce Wayne. Definitely wasn't the time I shit in the van. Definitely no, that was the part. Just when you're adulting is like.
When you just have to be like objective, like there's something to do and you have to be objective, and there's just not like mess around time.
Yeah, I'm probably not going to make a joke.
No more bullshitting.
Yeah, there's going to be no like balls in someone's mouth joke at the time, like at all. It's like gone. Like that part side of me is gone. It's like, oh fuck, we're under enemy fire.
There you go. Debunked.
I want to see someone start making ironic fitness content where he does like 100-meter swim spring
or the CrossFit Total. When's the last time you did the CrossFit Total? And this is a perfect answer that question. Then I have a perfect segue into my first news story.
If I was 34 when I started CrossFit, the last time I did CrossFit Total was when I was 38.
I think you're due.
Today's my fasting day, and you know what? I did Cindy. I did 15 rounds of Cindy. And probably about 30 minutes, just really, really slow in the hotel gym here.
Nice.
Yeah, just like really, really. I just went down there and I just started hammering out, and I did all chest to bar pull-ups, and I worked on my hamstrings for my. I only do strict pull-ups. I only do strict pull-ups. Hobart.
I know. Oh damn!
That hotel lighting.
I wanna see. Oh, hey, you gotta. Hey, text me that so I can get one of those for when I travel.
Oh, it's a pile of shit. Okay, I'll text you a better one.
All right, then please don't send it to me. I don't want it. If it's a pile of crap.
Yeah, this one isn't even going to last the whole show.
Because people are saying I'm in a
feel
sauna
famous
right
when
now.
it's on me.
Not the case. But I do have shitty lighting. People are saying I'm in a sauna right now. Oh, I could do that. Fucking, I'm back,
does
baby.
look like you're in a sauna. Oh my god, that's exactly it.
I am. But no, I wanted to know what your CrossFit Total was, because I think that you could not hit one lift in the CrossFit Total that would be heavier than Kate's most recent PB snatch. That's my first news story.
No. I think I could deadlift more than 195, but I wonder if I could press more than Kate. Kate, what's your press?
135.
Oh God.
Damn.
That's really good.
That is really good. Oh.
My overhead press is like that's my jam.
Oh, okay.
Because of those armpits. Zoom in on that.
It's the
Try to
armpit.
deadlift more than her snatch. How's that?
Yeah, you'll deadlift more than my snatch.
Barely.
Sevan, what's your best snatch ever?
Either 147 or 154. I can't remember.
I think it was 154.
What?
I think it was 154.
Did I say that before?
I'm just saying it. I'm giving you the benefit of the doubt that it was heavier than the lower one.
Well, here's the thing. I think I was at Joe Westerland's gym, and I think I did like 147. And
Someone said that you only snatched a 35-pound dumbbell. Did he just mute himself?
Yeah.
Yeah, he did.
Thank God.
Perfect.
Yeah, he's back.
I still can't hear.
He's back.
What the fuck is going on? Testing 1, 2. Hello?
Yeah,
We got
can
you.
hear you.
I can't hear you.
We got you.
Can
Oh,
you guys
no.
hear me?
We can hear you.
You guys
Well, anyway,
can
Kate,
hear me.
this is news
Someone
story
just got
number
real
1.
serious all of a
And
sudden.
congratulations.
So the show's
Thank
falling
you.
apart and it's my fault. Oh my goodness.
Susan, mute him.
what's your snatch PR, Hobart?
Best I snatched 272.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Most recently 262. I haven't snatched 272 in 4 years, so
That's crazy that you're only 10 pounds below your best. That's crazy.
so
This was the gym that I got dobbed in on. Sevan, remember you were asking?
Dude, I'm
wait, what
so
happened?
It's a great photo.
So I was
I'm gonna
training
see
at
what
that
you tell the
gym.
story. Don't switch stories. Just tell the story, and then I'm gonna come back.
Okay.
I
So
want to get caught up.
the gym that I'm training at the moment is like we have mandates and rules, so they're taking a big risk in letting me train there. And they've been pretty open about it with their members, and they are kind of rolling with what the owner feels he wants to do and what he's okay with, I guess, enforcing and all that kind of stuff. So I've been posting about training there, which is all stuff that like I've discussed with the owner, being like, look, I don't want to post anything that's going to put you guys at risk, and having that kind of like chat to just clear up everything that's going to happen publicly or how much we keep it private. And he was like, no, man, like post away. Like, I'd love it. I'd love you to like promote the gym, like all this stuff. And anyway, so someone on social media saw that I was training there and messaged him to find out like, hey, like what's going on? What's the go with Kate training there? And he was like, look, this is just how we feel about the whole situation, and we're going to let people make a choice, and I'm not going to like enforce the mandates. So she called up the DHHS, which is like our health department for our state, and complained and dobbed the gym in. And so they had some people come out to the gym and check it out. And it was all fine, like, because he's got all the COVID safe procedures and practices that we have to have, like all the businesses have to have. But yeah.
So someone came out.
Yeah. He's been dobbed in by a previous member who walked out and took out like 16 members with him, and now by one of my followers, and had a visit twice. But they just come out and like check that he's got all the procedures, which he does. And then they're like, okay. And it sounds like they're getting a shit ton of petty calls. So he had this lady come out the second time, and he was like, yeah, look, I had this conversation with someone on Instagram and they interpreted it as this. It didn't go very well. And she was like, oh, okay, this makes sense. We're getting a lot of these kinds of calls with people calling up, knocking on other businesses.
First of all, my beverage doesn't have any drink in it. It says 10 calories, but it doesn't tell me where they're from. And I don't drink sugar, and it doesn't taste sweet. And this coffee says it's 5 calories, and I do know it's my fasting day, and I'm guilty of consuming 15 calories. Hey, that is snitches get stitches. You people need to know that. Even though you people need to know that. Like, calling the cops should be fucking last resort for fucking anything. You're a fucking. It made me so angry. It made me realize how much fucking inner work I have to do when I see that someone told on you. That was the 193 snatch post.
Yeah. So the reason that I posted that they got dobbed in is because I was concerned that more people would be planning on dobbing in. So I was like, I'm just going to make sure everyone's aware they've already been. Sorry?
What are you saying? Dobbed in?
Dob, like knock or like tell on. So you get dobbed in. Ratted out, yeah.
What's this dobbed thing? Hobart, help me. What's dobbed?
I like that.
I don't know.
I'm gonna start using it.
I have
I know what getting knobbed is.
I got a handful of friends from the Oceania region, and they say things, and I just listen because they have cooler slang than I'll ever have, and everything's slang. So I'm like, yeah, I totally get it. So she said daubed on I was like, oh yeah, totally know what that means.
It's
By
British
context, I put it together. But other than
Yeah,
that,
by
I was
context, right?
it was all new to me.
Snitching. Yeah, thanks, Aaron.
snitches get stitched. God,
The crazy thing about that is, didn't you say it was from a coach that left with like 16 members?
Yeah, the two people
Yeah.
that have snitched, one of them was someone who had been waiting because the business owner bought the business from his previous partners who were not down with the way that he wanted to do things, so he bought them out. And the previous member was like, tell me the date that business is transferred into his name, and I'm going to call them on that day. And that's exactly what happened. He waited for that date, then called them, made a complaint. They came out and visited. And then the next time was the person who followed my Instagram and came out and visited again because of them.
Yeah, it's crazy. We had something similar happen at the gym a while back during the lockdown here in the States. And there's a really high level competitive cheer gym across the street from my gym. And get this, one of the girls trying out to be on the elite team didn't make it. So then her mom called and had him shut down.
Fuck is
Like, my daughter ain't making it. Nobody's cheering. Hey, no cheer up in here.
Yeah, there's been a ton of like snitching on businesses. Like my other gym got snitched on as well, like for having a gear outside during the lockdowns. They put gear outside and was like, hey, this is a public place. It's not a gym. They put the gear outside, had a cover over it, and they got dobbed in. Snitched on. Fuck.
Crazy.
I like daubed
It's
in.
like,
Keep using
yeah,
daubed in.
it's like these small businesses. They've been the ones that have like taken the worst of it. We've been locked down. We were locked down for more than almost 300 days. It's like these small businesses are scraping by. If they make it through, and then people are fucking calling them in, so they get a $10,000 fine. It's like,
wow.
Oh, because a dauber is an informant or a traitor.
Look up knobs.
So a dauber is the person who has done the daubing.
Yeah. Or daub, as in verb, to daub. He daubed, she daubed, they daubed.
I like the verb to knob. Knobbed. I got knobbed.
What does that mean?
You know what it means.
I thought knob was like noun.
Can you draw it
You're a
for
knob.
me?
Knob. No, I don't draw.
Have you ever been called a knob? Sevan?
Yeah, doorknob. No, but I call people a doorknob. Doorknob, donut. If I call you a doorknob or a donut, that means you're dumb.
Yeah, Bruce, DOBBED.
Hobart, this show is because of you. 52 minutes in. How many stories have you done, Hobart?
I have 17
Tony,
stories.
I'm not vaccinated.
And the first story was Kate's awesome snatch PB, which I don't know why they call it I heard that they call it a PB and not a PR because PR means prescribed rectally in Australia. Someone told me that. Is that true? Or maybe it was Europe.
No, I don't know. It's interchangeable. Some places say PR, but I think that just might be, personal best is what it is in Australia. So personal record is, I don't know. It's just a thing.
Personal record sounds a little highfalutin.
Prescribed rectally? Did you say that?
Yeah, someone told me that once.
I just like hearing that on the Sevan podcast. Prescribed rectally. Anus. No, I like all those words. Just
87.5 kilos prescribed rectally.
Yeah, it's so cool. I love it when my kids say Uranus, like when we're studying the planets.
Do they know?
I don't know
what anus is.
I don't even know. I don't even know what I don't know what they know, but I just like when they say it, I start laughing. I just fall out of my chair.
You're only making it a thing.
Yeah. Yeah, that's cool. It's cool. There was this. I put down flooring. I put down flooring in my gym in my garage, and there was space in between the tiles. And the flooring's black, so you had to fill it up with black caulk. And my son, I just loved saying that in front of my son. So he'd be like, can we put in more black caulk? Can we do the black caulk today? And it was just great. I just fucking fall down, dying, laughing. That's what I mean. I'm not an adult. I can't take the love test. It would be inappropriate.
Oh yeah, we were taking that.
There
test.
was one that was for kids. What if we make it a kids version? It might be shorter.
No, we're not taking we got to get to one substantive question.
Please don't do this on this show, Kate. Don't ever do that on this show again. We don't do that on this show yet.
I'm an adult.
Big? Is that why?
just don't do that.
Oh, too big, she said. She blasted you.
Stop. Wireless caller.
Hey, Sevan.
Hi.
How you doing?
I was great. I think I'm coming down off of this coffee. I think this fucking CBD shit bummed me out. And then Kate did this on the show. I really don't like this.
I have a question for you.
Yeah.
So ever since like March of 2020, obviously everything's changed. Like, where do you think we go from here? Like, how do you think we'll ever go back to somewhat called normal? Do you think what's the next step?
Ever since what of 2020? What's
This is the next step.
No, they'll never be. Well, I mean, here's the thing. Let's say a real pandemic did come, like not this made up one, like a real one that like healthy people were like anyone.
Right.
Dude, I went to the Scottsdale Mall today, and I cannot tell you, like, there's dudes there who are veal. Thousands of dudes who are just so obese and so pasty and so white and so fat and just so rich and so it's nuts. It's nuts.
Do you think anything will
if people start dying besides those people and we have like a real pandemic and like people like are really dying, then shit will get really fucking crazy. Like if we had a real pandemic, there'd be just straight fucking anarchy. Like I know we don't like this word, all the alpha males would be fucking roaming the streets with guns and taking shit from the veal dudes. I'm telling you, that's what happens. We just aren't there yet. But that is what will happen in the United States of America. If a fucking real fucking pandemic was here, the alphas those dudes will just go out in their trucks and whatever and make sure they get supplies for their families. We're just not in a real pandemic. We just have to see. We're not sure how we're going to manage the delusional people. We're just managing mass delusion right now. So and of course they're delusional because their brains are completely fucking polluted by two things. One, this ideology that who knows where the fuck it came from. If you listen to that Russian KGB guy, it was planted here 30 years ago by the Chinese, and it's just been proliferating. This victim mindset. And then the other thing is that it's just people are so fucking foggy from all this shit carbohydrates they're eating. And so the combination of those things has just left us in this massive delusional state where half the country is, and they're so terrified of dying, right?
Right.
People are so scared of dying. And so, but these people live on the edge. And so now there's this cold that might kill you. And CNN said it might kill you. So they're terrified and freaking out. I mean, basically what's the irony is we live with zombies, but the zombies are afraid to die, but like they're already dead.
Right.
So it's like, it's so fucking weird. So I agree with Hobart. We never go back to normal. Like now we just wait to see is it going to come to a war between the zombies and the regular people? That's just like, we're in that war now, but
do you think that voting isn't enough to get us back to where we were?
I have no idea. I'm really not a big conspiracy guy. Yeah, it is. It is a great question. I'm really not like it doesn't matter to me if there's a Bigfoot, or I'm not like big into like conspiracy stuff. Like I don't even really fully understand the control stuff. I don't understand why it matters to know that. And I, not that I say it doesn't matter and that someone shouldn't be thinking like that. But my whole thing is like, let's just show me someone healthy who's died. It's like I was in a Mexican food joint here in Scottsdale, and a dude walks in with a handful of cash and a picture of a fucking healthy little kid. And he goes, "Hey, can you help us pay for this fucking funeral? This kid just died of COVID-19. He's like a 6 or 7 year old kid." And the dude I'm with goes, "Wow, that must be a first. I've never seen a healthy kid who died of COVID." And the guy's like, "What?" And he's like, "Oh, this is a fucking miracle. This is this is the opposite of a miracle. This is a curse. I cannot believe." And I was like, "Yeah, get him." And the guy's like trying to collect money for a kid who died of COVID in there. And the dude I'm with just called him on that shit. And the dude fucking scrambled out of there. No one healthy is dying. Nobody. Not one. Not one. Not one. Not one. And if there is one, or if there is 1,000, it's still nothing. There's 7 billion people here. You have to see that. Are my fingers in there? 7 billion. Look, Kate, this is the gesture we do on this show. Camera do reverse. This hand needs to go. There's 7 billion people.
Are you?
Listen, it's so stupid what we're doing. Here's the reason why. You
I'm
can't
gonna go
give
get some water. I'll be right back.
You can't give 7 billion people a shot without one person dying. Like, even if you're injecting nothing into them, even if you're just injecting water into them, something is going to happen. You can't do 7 billion of any medical procedure without someone dying, even if it's the most benign thing ever. If you had told every person had to go to the doctor right now and put on a Band-Aid, someone would die. Some people would die. Thousands would die driving to the hospital. You know that, right? That's the game we're playing. And so none of this makes fucking sense. None of this makes fucking sense. I bet you I would love to see the stat on that. I bet you more kids have died going to get the injection than have died from the disease that they're fighting from. I bet you there's some crazy stat like that. Yeah. That's why none of this.
And the amount of kids that have died is so low. You know what I'm saying? If they've even died. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I've said this before, and I'll say it fucking again. If you're the kind of person who wants to talk to me about how building Auschwitz was job creation in Germany, we are on two totally different pages. I'm not going to argue about the job creation and how it helped the economy to kill fucking Jews. And my point is this: if you are involved in this at all, you are now fucking complicit. If you're the train driver who drove the Jews to there, but you didn't want to do it, you are still complicit. Don't lie to yourself. The way I'm complicit for having 2 fucking iPhones and supporting child labor in fucking China. And so if you wear masks, if you've gotten the injection, if you give the injection, if you participate any way and all, you are now fucking complicit in everything bad that's happened. I'm not saying it even as a bad thing. I'm just saying, just take fucking responsibility. The same way I take responsibility for these phones. And stop lying to yourself like you're helping. You are not helping.
Right.
You are fucking complicit. All of them, even shadow ban, right? Even. Someone told me the other day, they're like, I don't believe in masks, but I wear masks so other people don't feel bad. Complicit in killing the Jews. Complicit in let's say just one child was raped because of this thing, because they were kept at home because of a closure. You're fucking complicit. Right. Because you're a fucking coward and you won't stand up for fucking other people. And it's okay. I'm not even saying like it's derogatory. Just admit it. Child labor. Sevan uses iPhones that are made with child labor. He knows it. Same thing with fucking abortion. I suspect that fucking abortion is killing babies. I am also not fucking against abortion. Oh, Kate wants to attack me.
Let me ask you one more thing before I get out of here, okay?
Yeah. I was hoping when I came back we'd be off this, but I guess not.
I can believe 193 pounds. 193 pound snatch. You have the most amazing snatch in the world. Wow.
Ooh.
Wow.
Damn.
Wow. I'll see y'all. Y'all have a good day.
Okay, bye. Sorry. Bye.
Like,
just Hobart just flexes and listen to the caller.
The
so superficial.
Opted out himself. You didn't even have to get rid of him. He's like, okay, I'm out. Bye.
I've had this question about voting. I'm okay. One, I'm not stoned. I have been skiing all day, and so my face is red and windburned. And I skipped dinner so I could get on this podcast.
Wow, Hobart.
Hobart.
Dude.
Yeah.
White bread is out. Hobart is in.
Hobart's a good name for the podcast. Kate, will you come on my podcast? Will you be a guest?
I'll be your producer. I'll be your Sousa.
Oh, yes.
Kate, what do you want to say about abortion? I want you to have the final word on it. Do you want to have the final word on abortion? Slap me around a little bit. Okay.
No.
The only show where you laugh about penis size, talk about abortion, and kids getting raped. Welcome to the new show. I ripped the bong in the bathroom, grabbed a snack, and then wandered back into the room. Why would you? Maceo.
420, baby.
Maceo.
420.
Hey, but I also have to remember I ripped the bong and I put my whole mouth on it.
Oh yes. Like my roommate in college.
That clip was so funny. Watching that again, I'd forgotten all about that.
Is this dude saying you did that, Hobart? You ripped a?
Yeah, I think he's saying that was the.
That's why you have munchies.
Yeah. You don't smoke weed, do you, Hobart?
I don't.
Yeah, you seem pretty straight laced.
Yeah.
Wow, Hobart, Maceo. That's the most emotion I've ever seen from Maceo. He
love you too.
So you're always welcome to my house to watch the fights, by the way, next weekend. Oliveira and
Craig White.
Poirier. And Macy will be at my house for like an hour and say like, shit. He'll be at my house for like 4 hours and we'll say like 8 words to each other. He's like the best guest ever. He comes over usually with like a bottle of like Hennessy or some shit, and then we just watch the fights. Don't say a word to each other.
That's a good friendship.
Oh, it's awesome.
You have to have friends you can be around and not have to say anything.
And my kids like him.
And you still like. Yeah. He's great to work with. I really enjoyed working with him. I learned a lot from him. He's awesome.
He's a hard worker. He likes getting paid. He's a hard worker, but he likes
hard worker.
Yeah, he loves money.
Hey, whatever gets you motivated.
Yeah.
All right, let's just keep going. I mean, fuck the news, I guess.
No, I want to do the news. What are you doing? This show's all fucked up. You're supposed to like interject, like grow a set, and just take control.
But I've liked what we've been talking about, and we still haven't answered what your love language is, which I think we need to get to the bottom to. But
still got it on the
slide one of the questions from the quiz in, like every article.
Why did you have to use the word slide? Every word.
Why not?
Seattle. Wireless caller from Seattle. Oh, wow. Yes?
How's it going, guys?
It's going.
Hey, I was just driving down the highway here in Alaska in a snowstorm. Just wanted to say hi. I was listening to you guys on the podcast real quick. So.
And how are you? You're driving and listening? Damn, the show's getting big.
Yeah. All the way in Alaska. I'm a fan. I appreciate you, man.
Okay, you are a fan?
I am a fan.
And I want to play something for you.
Oh yeah, one last thing. Kate Gordon, mate, is so fit.
Do you like that?
I couldn't hear it.
Oh. All right.
Yeah.
Who is it? What's the name of this fan?
This is Curtis.
Curtis, please don't reply to Hobart unless he's asking me and then I ask you and then you answer and then I'll tell Hobart. The show's the Sevan podcast for a reason.
Gotcha. I'm sorry. I submit to your authority, sir.
Thank you.
Yeah.
What are you doing in Alaska?
Nothing much right now. Just working a kind of dead-end job. I just started CrossFit like a year and a half ago, so just kind of diving in and trying to learn as much as I can and stumbled upon your podcast.
Cool. And are you born and raised in Alaska? How does someone end up in Alaska?
I was born in Minnesota, but we moved up here like 6 months after I was born. So pretty much raised in Alaska. And, what was the other question?
What is that? Like Alaska's like a 2-hour drive north of Minnesota?
More than that.
Oh.
Yeah. But it's a fun place, man. If you like the outdoors, the CrossFit scene's still kind of a lot of work to do when it comes to like boxes and stuff. But
your cell reception has a lot of work too. Final question for you. Don't fuck this up. Tosh or Dave Chappelle?
Right. Dave Chappelle.
Oh, fuck off. You're done.
It's not even what? Not even
Dude, Tosh is so much better.
No, not even close.
Oh, I can't believe I hung up on a caller. I hope he doesn't stop listening to this show.
I want to know what Jimmy went to.
Oh, yeah.
Great. Oh, that's good, Todd. Do they call Jim's ice boxes? We need a little drum roll. Well done, Todd. Well done.
Hobart. I need more Hobart jokes. No Bart.
Hobart.
I don't have enough notes to keep the show going. You're gonna have to do something, Hobart.
All right. Let's go to the Hail Mary pass. You said you wanted to talk about this.
Hobart's gonna knob him. Yeah, I do want to talk about that.
All right. Let's do it. Let's get into some news.
So Tyson Bagent was on the podcast a couple days ago. I'm friends with his father. Wait, what's going on? You're doing it or I'm doing it? Okay,
no. Oh, you have a story behind this.
Yeah.
Well, set it up, big dog. Don't let me cut you off.
Okay, so this guy Tyson Bagent was on the show a few days ago, and he's gonna win the.
I'm dead.
And he's gonna win the Harlan. Is that Big Dog? Is that a reference to OPT, OPEX? Don't they have big dogs?
No, someone just called me Blow Bart.
Oh.
You know what's funny is like I went to high school, guys, so all of these I've heard, but I like seeing them again.
Oh shit! Really? You have
the fact that nobody's hit Hobart yet. I'm really disappointed in everyone's intellectual capability. But Blobart's good.
Man, Hobart. To boldly go. I'm gonna see. I'm gonna type this out. Hobart, and then let's just scroll it across the bottom here. Oh, where is it? Hobart. How's that? Like that?
Yeah, it's great, man. All right, set this story up. We got it. Let's try and get maybe 3 news stories in tonight.
21-year-old kid out of West Virginia. He's the son of one of my good friends, Travis Bajan. He used to also work for CrossFit. He did the announcing for CrossFit. He's one of the best arm wrestlers in the world, and he did security for Greg. And now he has this son who's 21, who's going to win the Harlan Trophy, which is the Division II Heisman. He was on the podcast a couple of days ago. He also has a brother named Ezra Bajan who on Saturday threw 5 touchdown passes for a 62-11 victory in the West Virginia High School Championships. But his older brother, who goes to Shepherdstown, for the second week in a row, threw a touchdown pass with just a few seconds on the clock. Last week he did it with 10 seconds. Then we had him on the show. And this week he did it with 1 second. And this is in the regional championships of Division II. So this is like a chance of a Division II quarterback, maybe the best Division II quarterback in the history of football, college football, getting ready. It's going to be very interesting to see what happens to this kid. He's 21. And these guys don't normally go to the NFL, but this guy's just murdering it. So he has all the stats to go to the NFL. He just plays in the wrong division. But now he's showing that in clutch, isn't that what it's called in sports? I'm trying to act like I know about sports. When a play is clutch, that means like it's vital, right? Yeah, this guy right here, Shepherd's University. Yep. He can pull through. You want to play it with 1 second left, Souza?
Yeah. Do you want me to play this one that's showing on the screen, or do you want me to play the one that you sent me first?
It doesn't matter. Is this the with 10 seconds left, or is this with 1 second left?
No, I think this was December 4th. So this one was yesterday with 1 second left.
Yeah. Go for it.
That was a great video. You're right.
Oh, please, you asshole.
I don't know why the color went weird. And
I know, but you don't even get to see Tyson running out of the pocket with 1 second left and throw the pass. But anyway, he wins the game, and I want to have him on the show again. He's a great kid. If you want to listen to an amazing podcast, listen to that podcast. That's a great kid. And that brings up my point, what I was saying, Kate, that people who need too much time from their mates won't have great mates.
But it's not a need thing. It's talking about expressing love for each other or expressing how you feel. Or I think it's more of like I think it's just a way to categorize like how you treat people and how they interpret your expression of like your love for them. I don't think it's like you don't fucking survive the relationship if you don't get time. Like you're not dependent on that.
You're not dependent on them. What do you mean by that?
I think it's more about how you spend the time rather than how much time you spend. I think that's what is going on.
Yeah, you said quality, not quantity. So maybe I'm thinking something maybe even a little bigger picture or smaller picture. It's even just the demand. So this is the thought I was thinking of, and I thought of it while I was talking to this kid Tyson Bajan, or when I was talking to Nick Rodriguez. If you want to be with Kate Gordon, like you got to compete with a lot of shit. Podcast, working out, all her forays, her programming. What's your programming called, Kate, that you do?
It's just CFK programming.
CFK programming, her fucking life coaching, just all the shit she's doing. And so what you got to do, like if she gets your name right when she's having an orgasm, that should be enough for you. Score, she got my name right. She knows who's on top of her.
Or even if it's the same first syllable.
Yes. It should fucking sustain you.
Where is this going?
But if you're the kind of guy who's like, so she just finishes snatching 193. It's a personal PR. and she goes over to her phone and there's a text message for you. Hey, I've been trying to call you for the next 2 hours. Yeah, you're not getting a great person. Great people aren't going to put up with that shit. And the example I used is Michelangelo is painting the Sistine Chapel. He's on a fucking ladder and he's got his fucking neck back like this and he's painting for 6 months. His bitch ain't complaining like, hey, you're not spending enough time with me.
I mean, she might have been. You don't know that.
Right. Of course, there's outliers, but these great people don't. You have to, if you want someone great, you got to be a special person.
I don't know if there's an argument for people that are great shouldn't need time with partners or give time. Like, I'm not sure where you're going with that argument.
Not need or give, but I'm just clarifying. I think we're all on the same page, but it's sort of a demand. There's a whole generation here that's like,
I don't even think we're in the same book, man.
Okay, well, then let's drill down.
So what did you say? Your initial statement was,
if I'm at the CrossFit Games working the games and I'm doing the behind the scenes and I'm getting up at 5 a.m. and I'm not getting done until 2 a.m. and I do that all week, my wife is never saying to me, why didn't you call me? She's texting me, good luck, let me know if you need anything. She's not, I
don't think that means that her love language still couldn't be quality time.
I agree with you. I'm just clarifying. I agree with you. I'm not fighting with you. I was trying to fight with you guys, but you guys are already making it like you guys are already like.
I'm just intrigued by the statement that you came out with first, which was like, great people. What did you say? It was like a great person doesn't need time or something like that. What did you say initially?
If you want to be with Albert Einstein needs a lot of time to fucking walk around in circles to come up with E equals MC squared. And you can't be jockeying him for that time. You can't interfere with what's the guy's name who's the singer for Pearl Jam?
Eddie Vedder.
Okay, no. Eddie Vedder, right? Or Stephen King. Like, you can't, like, Stephen King can't be interrupted as he's pulling down from the fucking ether his 37th book. And not only that, like, you won't be with someone like that. And of course, there's exceptions. This kid Nick Rodriguez said, he's 25 years old and he's had the same girlfriend for 7 years. I'm like, dude, how do you do that? He's like, what do you mean? I'm like, with all the way you guys interact and shit today, and the demands these kids are putting on each other, and like, you haven't texted me, or are you cheating on me, or just all that fucking drama. How do you deal with it? He goes, dude, if I sensed any of that, I'd just get rid of her.
I think here's the beauty of the love languages, though. It's not that everybody has to be quality time and it's quality time 24/7. It's like,
I agree. I think I agree with you too. Like, if you can get, I agree with you. I was just forcing a conversation. I was just forcing a topic that I want to talk about that I think is like a lot of people really, really need to hear.
Do you retract your initial statement?
That what? No, fuck off.
Can I re-summarize it for you, and then maybe it'll sound better? If you have someone who's really obsessed in a goal, it's probably harder on those who are trying to be in a relationship with them, or it's harder to navigate relationships if you're obsessed on some specific goal. That pushes the relationship to a secondary position.
I also think the love language would change. Like, I think somebody who's got like a massive demand on their time probably isn't someone who is going to have the ability to express how they feel about their partner or care for their partner with time. It would have to be through another means. So that would be where you would run into problems if the partner that is with that person fucking really like fills up their cup with time, like quality time. And maybe like we said, it's like, hey, quality doesn't need to be a shit ton of it. It's just the quality of it. But yeah, I think it depends on the person. It changes. Which is why we fucking need to get Sevan to take the quiz so we can figure out what he is.
Fucking thank you, Kate. See? Play that clip.
Much time with possible. Craig White read my mind. I mean, I don't think there's anyone who spends more time with their wife than me, or who has in the last 15 years.
When was the last time you guys went on a date?
We're on one right now. We're just the two of us? I think we went to the gas station the other day and filled the car with gas. I got out and filled it up. I don't know if I've ever been on a date with my wife. What do you mean? What would that look like?
Okay, you've made you've invited her out somewhere, whether it's a meal or a coffee. We'll keep it real basic.
She's giving you kid gloves, man, because you're drooling right now trying to figure this out.
you guys live in a paradigm that's like. Well, I've expressed it. It. All my time is quality time.
Yes, we need to have Sevan's wife. Fuck, it would be so good to have Haley on here.
Oh yeah, I
That's
need to get her
amazing.
on.
Do you know what? Fuck it. I'm going to get her on my podcast.
Oh, let's go,
shit.
Kate. Let's go.
Wow.
I didn't play around. She's
So
not.
good.
She's gonna start. Yeah. Welcome to your new therapy session, Sevan.
If your love language is words of affirmation, then your partner does have a responsibility to figure out how to love them. I don't know.
Kate, please weigh in on that.
Yes and no. Like, I think it's like the whole point of the love language is to figure out that both of you fucking love each other. You're just expressing it in different fucking ways. So if one person's doing it one way, the other person is not going to get it. So you got to figure out, like, how do I just communicate? And for some people, it's like when you take out the trash, like, man, that's just the best thing ever. And I really appreciate that. For some other people, they're like, you don't fucking spend any time with me, or you don't buy me anything, or when was the last time you took me out on a fucking date? And he's like, well, man, I take out the trash every weekend. Like, I do stuff for you. So it's just communication. Ultimately, is all it comes down to is communication.
Yep. Effective communication.
Are you going to take the quiz now, Sevan? Are you taking it right now?
He's
put it on mute.
He's trying to get a
He's
few
just
questions
like,
out ahead so he knows.
I am an adult. I am in a relationship.
Relationship. It's more meaningful to me when answer so on.
Do you like to hug or do you like to get special notes?
You do like when I text you.
Have you?
I think he's pleading the fifth.
I reckon hug. I reckon Sevan is going to be physical touch. You're on mute, Sevan. Take yourself off mute.
He doesn't want to come off mute.
I give you guys the fucking code for how to be with someone great, and you guys want to make a mockery out of it and tell me this shit. And I just love it. Where's the guy who says this shit's over my head? Hey, this is this kind of this. I am so lost. I just love this.
Do you see the picture? This is Bruce Wayne.
I know.
Bruce Wayne's jacked.
I always prefer a hug. I don't need.
Yeah. I feel like you're a physical touch kind of guy.
Yeah, I always need a hug.
Click the hug.
Like, you got a physical touch wife. You guys speak the same language. I bet you.
Me and my
you're
wife?
both physical touch. Yeah, I bet you're both physical touch.
Oh yeah. We would just like.
And you're a little bit of words of affirmation because you like it when she tells you you're handsome.
No, I'm not comfortable with that at all. But I use words of affirmation.
Does it make you feel good though? You might not feel comfortable with it, but if it makes you feel good, then
my wife loves me so much that there's nothing she could say. Probably if she wrote me a letter. Yeah, as long as it wasn't too long, didn't take too much of my time to read it, like less than like 4 sentences or less.
So you're not quality time.
I just don't. Yeah, but my wife and I could like sleep on top of each other. Like my wife and I can just. We never need space, like physical space. Like even if we're fighting, like we're still anyway.
Yeah, you guys are totally both.
We're still cuddle with her at night. Like, yeah, all right, let's fight later. Let's just cuddle now. Shit. And that's the way I'm with my kids too. And that, speaking of which, I want to tell you that story. So at that first, I talked about this on the other show. I think I talked about this on the other show with Tyson Bajan. But when Travis, my friend, I go, what was he was telling me like how great it was when his son threw that touchdown pass. And one of the things that he loved so much when his oldest son threw the touchdown pass is his youngest son jumped on his back and hugged him. And I go, what was it like when you saw your son afterwards? He goes, oh, it's so great. My son's so affectionate. And it's just like, yeah, that's two fathers talking. Like, fuck all this other shit. If your son hugs you, money. Okay. Any more questions? Love language questions? Are we doing the news?
I mean, I want to do the news. The story I have is such a bummer after that.
She carries him Josh style. How is there only 9 listeners on here? What are you fucking where are you looking? Where are you 9 listeners? Where's
YouTube?
No, I see 129.
And 1 on Twitch.
Is there really one on Twitch?
Are we on
Yeah.
Twitch now? Heck yeah.
We've been on
What
Twitch,
is
Facebook,
Twitch?
and Twitter every single episode. It streams to all of them.
Oh, great. Hobart's going to want more money now that he's on 4 different social media platforms.
I mean, who's the young woman who keeps getting booted off of Twitch? She does a bunch of podcasts. She's in like a kid's tub, and she's always
Someone will tell you in the comments. Is there anyone?
I think her username's like Amaranth or something. Amaranth. Yeah. I'm gonna start doing that for this show. If you start paying me, I'll get in a tub.
Oh, that would be awesome.
You want to do a news story?
Yeah, I'd love one.
Okay, so I was gonna.
You won't have
story.
anyone great if you put too many demands on them. Any demands on them, period.
I mean, if they're really great, they should be able to meet all demands. That's all.
If Haley goes on Kate's podcast, she'll come back to the bedroom with new tactics, and Sevan will come back next week a believer in love language. Let me tell you something. This
Sevan will just be cross-eyed in the next podcast.
I hope Haley doesn't do this.
His hair will be blown back like one of those, like he just got electrocuted.
He won't need glasses anymore. He won't be drinking coffee. He just fucking.
Well,
I'm the most boring fucking guy ever. Let me tell you, I courted her for 5 years before fucking I got anything. And
I want to read 5 Years to Fornication. That
Oh
needs to be
yeah,
made into a movie.
I should. It needs to be a movie. It'd be so good. But this one
Right,
time,
it's fun.
there's one time 1,000 years ago when we were having sex, she, as I'm busting a nut, she reaches down and she was gonna like push on that spot, that acreage between my anus and my scrotum. And I'm like, what the fuck are you doing? She's like, I read in a magazine. I'm like, don't fucking read any magazines. Just worry about yourself. Just don't let fucking any Kate's sex tips 30 feet of anal beads pulled out as I come. Just scream my name and just have a smile on your face. Tell me I'm great. Period. Push on a spot behind my scrotum. The fuck is that? Kate, don't tell her anything. Okay, go on. Fucking knuckleheads. If your boyfriend wants something pushed on behind his scrotum, he's not your boyfriend. Bubba's
So
boyfriend.
we're gonna skip this. We're gonna come back to the story that I was gonna come. It's just not the right time to talk about it.
Roger that.
It's not bad.
We're gonna go.
You already did the drowning.
What is this the right time for? Fuck
Mama Hobart, your son this week, just so you know, brought up the dead dog, not me. Last week I talked about a guy who was blasted for going to the wrong party. Now your son brought up the dead dog, period. I'm talking about good things. Love. How to get great romance.
Let's talk about. I mean, we could go to the Rogue Wheel Challenge.
Oh, yeah, I like that story.
We'll ease back into the news. Let's go Rogue News Challenge.
Okay.
Or Rogue Wheel Challenge.
What is that? I don't even know. What is the challenge?
You had to hold a plate kind of like this. Oh, there it is. There's a picture of it right there.
What were
I'm
the
gonna show you
rules? Was it like straight arms? Did you have to hold it above something? Is he
I don't know
leaning
the
on a
rules.
wall?
How? And it has to be a 45. It has to be a 45-pound plate?
I think that was the male weight. Yeah, 45 pounds. Female weight was a little bit less, I believe.
Oh,
What's the trick there? What do? You
Comment.
flex your are you like just really engage your lats and squeeze
No,
through?
you're just really freaking strong. There's no trick to that.
Okay. And so the deal is that Colton Mertens took second, right?
Yeah,
But the problem is this Blair McKay dude.
he cheated.
Well,
That's the news, right?
I don't know for sure, but I heard that
I would like to see someone do this, like right now.
Hobart.
I don't have a 45-pound plate. I definitely would. Sevan, I know
I'll
has
double
one.
your pay if you take your shirt off and do it right now, Hobart.
I don't have a plate to hold.
Sousa, do you have a plate nearby?
0 times 2 is 0.
I got
I
some
have
books that are
water
heavy.
bottles.
Yeah, Todd, I like where your head's at. Different plates would matter a lot.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
So anyway, what I heard is this Blair McKay that he's going to need
Ron,
to
do
go
you
to
think you can
Buffalo.
hold your phone out for a minute, 90 seconds?
I heard this Blair McKay guy at the 13-second mark. I'm so sorry, Blair, if this isn't true, and if this is true, fuck it. That at the 13-second mark, he looped the video, so that Colt Mertens is the real winner.
He only looped it for 1:23 though. Number one guy's video is Splice.
Yeah. That's so. That's what.
Can you play the video? Can we find it?
Yeah.
I heard they pulled it down.
Oh, is that why I can't find it? Huh?
Oh.
Yes, Rogue 2.0 would suck to hold up. Someone just pick up Sevan. Yeah. Shit, I struggle getting a 45 off a damn weight tree. I know, it's crazy. It is crazy. But the thing is Colton Merton's arms are only 6 inches long from shoulder to the tip of his middle finger. So that is possibly with handles, I heard. He used a skinny plate. Anyway, so the winner is my boy Colton Mertens. And I'm
The
stoked.
girls nailed it.
Yeah. I don't recognize any of those ladies. Do you recognize them?
No.
Okay, so your glutes, back, head must stay in contact with the wall. Heels no more than 8 inches from the wall. And then your arms and elbows have to stay straight.
You can't buy this shirt anymore. Those of you who didn't buy this shirt fucked up. You can't buy the shirt.
I know, I thought we would at least get one for free. You know?
Payment.
What size are you, Hobart? Let me get you one.
What size am I? Large.
Okay, me too. How tall are you? Wow, God, your arms are nice.
5'8".
How can you be a large and I'm a large?
You got big, broad shoulders. You got a good body.
Thank you. Oh my
Or
goodness.
you just okay. I was gonna diss you, but I'll leave it at that. That made you happy. I'll leave it right at that. I'll leave it right at that.
In this parkour place today, were checking me out. It was crazy.
That
49 years old. Yeah, 49 years old, and they might just be moms who are there with their kids and just horny.
Do you have people that recognize you from Instagram? Like people that know you?
He's shadow banned, Kate. Nobody knows him.
No one can find him.
I
That's
can't
why
even
they're
find
looking
him
at
to
their
follow
phones.
him.
They're like, "Where is he?" It's him, I'm sure.
It's not really fair because I live in Santa Cruz and there's so many CrossFitters.
Todd, yes.
What
Words of
now?
affirmation, Sevan. Nice showbot.
Yeah, man. I know. I know my
Sevan is
partner's
words of
love language.
affirmation. Oh yeah. Nice texts, little compliments.
Colt Mertens, Pig Farmer's Grip is nut bar. What's nut bar?
Pig farmer's grip.
Really strong.
Nut crazy.
It's kind of like a dauber.
You've heard that term before?
Oh, shut.
Oh, shut! Bruce Wayne, get the fuck out of here, man.
Why not just shart?
Because a hoe shart's a whole different thing. When you know how they do, like when people get married and they do like a hashtag, like their name has some familiarity to like some kitschy wedding saying like forever or something.
Yeah.
Like Cassandra, I think, wanted ours to be like till death do us Hobart or something, and I wanted us to be hoes for life. And everyone was totally against that.
Hobarts with an E.
Yeah, hoes for life. I thought that was really smart.
You know what's crazy, Hobart? I'm going to tell you something about Cassandra. I pictured Cassandra as kind of being like stuffy. I mean, I don't know her. I've never met her. I've nothing to go on. But like she wore a dress like the fucking top. Like she wouldn't like this is like this whole thing here at the podcasting. Like you have to almost keep as a secret from her.
Oh no, she listens to him.
Oh man, that's crazy. I figure it's like just an Amish lady. Like she wears like socks like up like shit. You know what I mean? Like but I don't know who she is.
I've actually never seen her ankles.
Oh yeah, that's kind of how I picture her. I picture just this like really pure as the driven snow kind of like.
Is that because that's how you picture Hobart?
I guess probably. Yeah, I just picture them as like. I just picture like they have two different soap trays and just like everything is just fucking like, just I don't know. That's just how I picture.
We have the I Love Lucy beds. We actually don't.
Yes, like shit like that. like you making you send her a fucking like a calendar date to Bone. Can I come to your bed tonight?
Yeah, and we don't touch. We just lay on top of each other like this with our hands. Yeah, little Hobart on the prairie. Nice.
Show's a mess. Can we do the news?
A mess. All right, so let's skip down to the fusion story. For the first time, a fusion reaction has achieved a record 1.3 megajoule energy output. And so if we need to get Sevan back off topic, we'll just talk about science. And for the first time, exceeding energy absorbed by the fuel used to trigger it. This is 8 times greater than the experiments conducted with fusion just a few months prior, and 25 times greater in terms of energy output than experiments conducted in 2018. It's a huge achievement. Inertial confinement fusion involves creating something like a tiny star. It starts with a capsule of fuel consisting of deuterium and tritium, heavier isotopes of hydrogen. This fuel capsule is placed in a hollow gold chamber about the size of a pencil eraser called a holorum. Gaining experimental access to thermonuclear burn in the laboratory is a culmination of decades of scientific technology work stretching across nearly 50 years. This enables experiments that will check theory and simulation in high energy density regime more rigorously than ever possible before, and will enable fundamental achievements in applied science and engineering.
No. This story, like Hobart, you can't just read this story. You have to this needs to be deciphered for us. I don't even know what the fuck you're talking about. Fusion. I thought fusion was bullshit. Like when they make energy out of water, and every time someone says that there was cold fusion, they're like, "Nah, it's impossible." And they catch the scientist line. Like, what are you even talking about?
Well, I think the general idea of fusion is that, as they put to start, you're creating more energy in an output than you're putting into an input. I think that's really the important part
that's
of it.
good. That would have been awesome if you'd have started the story like that. I know this is supposed to be a Hobart show, but if you had been like, "Hey, check out this story. It's about fusion." Sevan, I know you're a retard and you don't understand. Oh, you wouldn't have used that word, retard. You would have used. I know you're dipshit. No, you wouldn't use dipshit because you're too classy.
You're a doorknob.
I know you're a doorknob. You're challenged by science, Sevan, because you're such a romantic. This is just so you know, this is a story about using a little bit of energy to make more energy, and it's called blah 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 fusion. I'd be like, whoa.
And that's really important for us to be able to make more energy out of less energy, because the U.S. is no longer energy independent.
And why isn't the U.S. energy independent? I thought we were energy independent a couple of years ago.
I don't know. We're just not anymore.
It's weird, right?
Yeah.
There was one that called my favorite one, So Smart.
So smart.
Yeah.
That one's great.
And Rodeo Bot, what they call him in the bedroom.
Oh, nice. Thanks.
Rodeo
Bart. Is that because it only lasts 8 seconds, or because it's a wild ride? Is this what are you getting at there, Steven? Oh man.
Have you Hobart, have you heard that position? It's called the rodeo?
No, tell me about it.
It's when you're having sex with your wife doggy style, and you yell out her sister's name or her best friend's name and see if you can stay in her for another 7 seconds.
And you just latch on.
It's called the rodeo, yeah.
Oh man.
God, I hope my mom's not listening.
Yeah, I hope my mom will listen to this, which is devastating. But so fusion could be important.
Hey, I was trying to look, but I think they are. They're doing this right up the street from my gym, actually.
Well, you should go check it out. Do a little investigative reporting. Are they really?
Yeah, I won't let you too close to that place, but I got some members.
Lawrence Livermore Labs?
Yeah, it's in the Lawrence Livermore Lab.
There's some great stories out of there. There's some crazy stories out of there. What's the book?
What?
What's the book? I think they had some fucked up polio shit come out of there. I'll look it up for the next show, for the next news show.
There'd be some people doing some insane jobs, right? Like that their career is fucking fusion energy.
And there's some Chinese spies in there too, actually.
And they work out at my gym.
The Chinese spies?
Mm-hmm.
What makes it more confusing is they're not Chinese. That's the
Trap
opposite
music.
of on sex life. He puts way more in than his wife gets out. Jeez Louise. It's just a target for misplaced aggression. I'm a scapegoat. Come on, Hobart.
I was FDNY Barbell Club.
Okay.
I didn't know if they were a CrossFit club as well.
Oh. New York Fire Department?
Well, a buddy of mine is just got a grant from his fire department to bring some improvements to fitness education, and I don't think they're going to go as far to start an affiliate, but he was just trying to, I think, find creative ways to bring CrossFit into the department. So I was trying to connect him with some people who had been doing that. So I was going to reach out to these guys, FDNY Barbell Club.
And when you use the word buddy, it's like someone you met on Instagram?
Nope, good friend of mine. Work with on seminar staff. Justin Virgil.
Like if you wanted love affirmation from them, would you send them a text or hug them?
I mean, if I was around him, I'd give him a hug.
Hey, you know what's crazy is that guy, you know which guy I'm talking about, right? You guys know which guy I'm talking about?
Nope.
This guy right here.
Oh yeah, one last thing. Kate Gordon, mate, is so fit. So sexy.
Now, if my wife were to do that for me, have that dude be like, Sevan is so fit. So sexy. I might shift from needing physical to just some affirmation, some words. Hey, did that affect your? Does Greg like that? That dudes are just like.
I'm gonna move real quick. You guys stay there.
What's your boyfriend's? Oh, do you have multiple boyfriends, Kate? My wife asked me.
No, not currently. And I say that as if I've had that in the past, but I haven't.
Okay.
I like very casually date outside of my partner.
Very casual.
Very casual.
Like they can buy you a cup of coffee or something. Like you let dudes hit.
Like recently, I was on a third date with a guy. Like, so it's like, yeah, they don't.
A third date with the same guy?
Yeah.
Hey, do you get more? Does that help stimulate or increase your love for Greg when you go out with other dudes?
Yeah,
like sometimes.
100%.
Yeah, sometimes not recently, but I can think many years ago when I would be around other women, it would just make me really just think about my wife more.
Yeah.
Like I was like,
like
wow,
that happens
she has no idea that it works like this. I'm like, she probably might be jealous if she thought this was going on, but like this really just makes me want to run back to her.
Yeah. It definitely has that effect. Like it's been almost to the point that it's surprising in the way that it serves the relationship so much, because we're both like, oh my god, this is like such a good relationship, and you're almost more into your partner when you get to experience like seeing other people or dating other people, and you're like, oh yeah, like you're amazing.
Yeah, honey, I swear I didn't want to go out with those 12 girls. No, those girls mean nothing to me. I went to the strip club and I just came homeless, and now I just want to be with you.
You know that dude Dan Bilzerian? I don't know if I said his name right. He's always got like a whole entire jet full of very good looking females.
Is he still around? I haven't seen that Instagram account in like 3 years.
I think his company went bankrupt. I think.
Really?
I don't know. Maybe I probably shouldn't speak on it because I'm not 100%
Put that on
sure,
the news. Let's make that a news story.
What happened to Dan Bilzerian, Hobart? How come none of us hear about him anymore? Sorry, Souza.
I actually don't know. I never really followed his Instagram.
Oh. Okay, go on, Souza.
I think he put a bunch of money into some sort of cannabis venture. Yeah. And
that makes sense.
And then I think it failed. And I think there was a lot of money that I don't know what it was called. Ignite? I don't know. I can't remember. But I always think about when he's there and he has all those girls and they're on this plane, right? Like to me, that just looks only cool in a photo. Because like then you're just sitting there and there's some sort of like pack hierarchy amongst the women of like who's closest, and then you're just listening to all of them with like the issues that come up within a group like that. And I bet you there's so much superficial like relationships that are happening. I'm completely judging all of them.
It's probably awesome.
Nope. I like think about it and I'm like, so then like as the plane takes off and you're like sitting there, it's just like everybody's just around all the time. That seems miserable to me. I
Yeah,
don't know.
there's a crazy podcast with one of the women that used to live with Hugh Hefner from like the Girls Next Door. Do you guys remember that TV series?
Yeah.
Girls Next Door. It was like the 3 girlfriends. Fuck, the stories about like the hierarchy in the house and the rules and the money that they were paid and like the contracts they had to sign and like all this stuff is absolutely insane. Like it was next level.
Yeah, that Dan dude got in trouble for throwing a chick off a hotel roof one time into a swimming pool and broke her leg.
Oh,
yeah. Do you know that one of the that was the ex-girlfriend of one of the guys who helped me with the behind the scenes?
Really?
Yeah. Crazy, right?
Jesus.
Yeah, that is.
Small world.
I mean, I hope he got in trouble because that's like assault, battery, reckless endangerment. You know,
Oh, you sound like a fucking adult. That's what I mean. Right there. Bam. Full circle. Hour and 45 minutes since I asked the question, and there he is. And I knew it would be you. And now I do think Cassandra wears a dress that's buttoned up to her neck.
She does. If you have us over to your house, we will we'll sleep in separate rooms and we'll make the whole family pray before we go to bed.
And it's a long sleeve dress that's like that's got like frills on the wrists, and she wears gloves.
Was that a Leslie Nielsen movie where she's like, you know, he's
your audio went to shit, just so you know.
Oh, did you really?
You went from a carpeted, nice room to just fucking. But I like it. Makes you sound
clear. It's just echoey.
Noise cancellation. Oh yeah, there's a little bit of an echo.
It's less arousing. You were hot in that other room. Now you're just fucking another dude on a podcast.
Well,
You went from a sauna to a saloon.
I'm in a much bigger room.
You got out of the sauna.
Out of the sauna.
She definitely doesn't push my buttons. I agree. Cassandra does no taint pushing.
I'm sure she's gonna be stoked about this when she listens to this.
Maybe
episode.
she's gonna try
Travis,
now.
because your mom takes care of it for me, man. Don't worry about my wife.
Yeah. Hey, Travis is pretty handsome. Look at him.
100%.
Bellinghausen. He's German.
He looks like he flies on private jets and shit.
Yeah, it's the sunglasses, right?
Here we go. This one's for, I think, what we were talking to Kate about. I was out plowing other fields, my dear, and the only field I wanted to plow was you. Church my butter, please. Wednesday the 5th at 5 p.m. It's a date. I read that in the correct accent, I think.
You didn't even
No,
use
I want to say something. Someone sent me a DM the other day, and it said, "Hey, whenever you talk shit about the woke athletes or the woke folk, you always just mention Katrin's daughter, and you've had other woke motherfuckers on your podcast, and you don't confront them, and you don't mention their names." Here's the thing: I'm not saying any of that to hurt anyone's feelings. There's only two things that I really care about. I don't want to be bullied, and since I really can't be bullied because of the position I'm in right now in my life, I feel like a little bit of an obligation of just throwing rocks from, and I've said this before, from the perch that I'm on in life. I feel like it's my obligation to throw rocks at some of the zombies and bad guys. And for example, if you're one of those people that's getting firefighters fired because they won't get the injection, I have to throw rocks at you. I just feel an obligation to do that. Or if you're like this restaurant in San Francisco that recently kicked out police officers because they had guns on their side and your restaurant doesn't allow firearms, like I have to throw rocks at you. It's just what I'm doing. I want to throw rocks at you. I just think you're a dipshit. But the thing with Katrin's daughter and these woke people, like I don't want to hurt anyone's feelings because I don't want to alienate anyone from Jesus. That's a metaphor. I don't want to alienate anyone who wants to flip the script and come to the other side because I get it, because I had to flip the script. But Katrin's daughter used my name in her story. She's the one she included me in her life narrative. I didn't include her. So that's why I reference her. And what do I mean by she included me in her narrative? She's the one who took the article from the New York Times and posted it on her Instagram and talked shit. So that's why like, I'm not even mad at her. She can come on the show. I love her, blah, 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 whatever. But that doesn't make a difference. She could there's woke dipshits in my family. There's fucking people who don't know that they're driving the fucking train full of Jews to fucking Auschwitz in my fucking family. I still love them, but I'm not lying to myself and they're not dipshits. So I wouldn't have called anyone out specifically, but Katrin included me. And so I don't call it the other people because they didn't call me out. But Katrin put me in her life narrative. So that's the only reason why. And until she wants to flip the script and not be a woke douche, then she's a woke douche. That's not my. I'm not in control of that. All right. Well, I feel like my voice is so sexy in Phoenix because I'm in a hotel. The AC is always on in here. My voice got a little bit like a roughness to it. Hello, James. Hello, James.
Hello, Sevan.
Hello, James.
Let's try to get 3 news stories out before I have to go to bed.
I'd love 3 nude stories. Is there any nudity in any of your stories?
Yeah, there might be.
How did you fish the dog? So did this dog drown in a pool?
I'm not going up. No.
Where did in a bathtub? What was the body of water it drowned in? Just tell me.
It was a 5-gallon bucket.
No.
Was it really?
No. No.
What body of water did you get? Is that going to reveal who it is?
It was a pond.
In their backyard?
No.
Okay. You don't want to talk about it. Let me tell you. So how did you fetch the dog out of the pond? Did you have a net or you went in the pond?
We swam in and got it, yeah.
Oh my goodness. Did you do that?
Myself and one other person, yeah.
Oh my God. Cassandra's so lucky. You're so awesome. You swam in and got a dead dog.
Yeah, wait till she finds out that I drowned her dog.
You could have just thrown a cinder block out there and hoped to hit the dog and sing it to the bottom and call it a day. Hey, you know what's better? You know what would be worse? This is going to sound fucking horrible and selfish, but if your dog went missing and you didn't know what happened to it, it's almost better that it drowned.
I know you have a conclusion, I think.
I don't like to think of myself as having ADHD. I just have multiple threads going on at the same time. And I enjoy living like that.
Like Kanye.
Did you guys watch that interview?
I did not.
The one we brought up in the news? Oh. I strongly suggest you check it out.
All right, let's just go. Let's rifle through a couple.
Kate could have done two of her own podcasts in the time that it's taken to do nothing here.
I know, man. All the podcast time I'm losing right now. Take the wheel, Hobart, please.
I'm going over to your. I'm going to Kate's podcast.
Instead of go. What's the name of your podcast? Rogue On?
Gone rogue.
Gone rogue. Gone ho. How about
Gone ho?
Yeah, gone ho.
I'll think about it.
Yes, Will, that is correct. My brain is spaghetti. That is correct.
Logan Aldridge, Peloton's first adaptive instructor.
What?
Yeah, it's a cool story. I've been waiting to bring this up for the last
he's
2 hours.
A Peloton instructor? You gotta get him back on. Okay, I'm game. Can we try to get him back on? That's amazing. Holy shit. How did you find that?
Part of my CrossFit news search came up. It was one of the first stories I found. Oh, that was really awesome. Logan.
Hey, that just shows that they just choose people for their looks. He's so fucking handsome.
Super good looking, yes.
Yeah, he looks like a fucking Ken, like a version of a Ken doll. Not like the Ken doll, but like a version. Look at him. God damn, he's like Lance Armstrong before Lance did meth.
Yep.
Lance did meth?
No, I just made that up. But Lance like just weathered as a motherfucker.
Yeah, he looks great.
Yeah. Okay, sorry. This is so crazy. When were you going to tell me this?
I wanted to tell you about, I don't know, 120 minutes ago.
For that. Okay, go ahead. Sorry.
Aldridge will advise the content team at Peloton to improve accessibility measures and soon become an on-camera instructor. He's got a good voice too. Thanks to an approach that brings workout routines right to people's homes, the company Peloton has become a staple for many's fitness in recent years, with over 6.2 million active people in its user base as of September.
I already followed him, by the way. I didn't have to add him. I already followed him.
Just added him. Aldridge says that creating accessible fitness solutions for all abilities and empowering people to pursue their potential has been my primary focus since my arm was amputated at the age of 13. In addition to being an active CrossFit competitor, Aldridge is the co-founder and director of the Adaptive Training Academy, which places a premium on coaching and training adaptive athletes. And all around, good dude.
God, I'm so stoked. That's so awesome. Today in the hotel room, they had 3 Peloton bikes. I've never done Peloton. I so want to just try it.
The interface is really cool. It's a pretty awesome program.
Okay, I have to pee.
All right, see you. Where should we go? Oh, this would be I want world's loudest burp. This is pretty insane. I wanted to know if we could watch the video. And also what's important is that Neville Sharp is from Australia. So I thought maybe you would know him, Kate. Broke a Guinness World Record for loudest burp, the male's loudest burp. And I haven't found the females yet. When he let out a belch at 112.4 decibels. This is about as loud as somewhere between a hairdryer, a helicopter, a trombone, or a police siren. So it's loud. Neville learned how to burp from his elder sister when he was 6 years old. He spent 5 years preparing himself for this attempt, and the most difficult part of the attempt was getting the necessary equipment to accurately measure his burp emissions. He said his wife helped him to prepare. That's my favorite story of the week.
Yeah.
Does it play? I got to hear it.
110.0.
That was it? Look at Susan's face.
What are we watching?
The world's loudest burp.
Neville Sharp set. Yep. In Darwin, Australia, ironically.
Oh, see that it is from Australia. Look at Kate's disgusted, but
Yeah.
Kate, that's how we think of your country, and it's right. We're prejudices. These are our prejudices and discriminations about Australian people, and it fits right in. Not in a bad way, it just is that way. Logan Aldridge, I just can't believe it. He's the first one-arm Peloton dude. He's the first, like, they don't have any other dude. They don't have any like riders like missing a leg or a finger or an arm or nothing.
I believe he's the first. Yeah, he's the first adaptive instructor, not just one-armed.
Oh God, I hope he does something like try to break the world's record for loudest burp while he's on the Peloton bike, just to really make a name for himself. Hey, I ran into that guy for the first time ever at the CrossFit Games. He was working like the Fit Aid booth. I can't remember what year it was, and I was like kind of starstruck by him. No. Oh, well, it could be in the future, but Logan. And well, the other people in the Fit Aid booth had no fucking clue who I was and wanted to fucking charge me for Fit Aid. Logan was just throwing them at me, so maybe that's why I liked him. We recognize each other as fucking minor.
I'm surprised you drink Fit Aid.
I know, me too. It's a fucking disgusting habit. But I like the ones, anything that says creatine on it. So these are the CBD drinks that are in the refrigerator in the hotel room.
Oh, those.
Where are you right now? Like, where is this hotel?
Dude, this hotel is so nice. I'm in a
it just seems strange that you'd have CBD drinks in a hotel.
It's a hella nice hotel.
There's a monster weed on the other side of this wall that's like right in front of me where my kids are, and then I have this connecting fucking big ass room, and then I just shut the doors and do my podcast. But I just ran into their room to get CBD, and my wife told me to shut my fucking mouth. She says it's so nice though. She doesn't really swear.
What did she say to you?
She said, I'm like, how are you doing? And she's like, good. And I'm like, is it loud? She's like, yeah, I can hear. It's very loud or something, just like sweet. But basically, I get it. Like if she says that means, like if my wife was like, hey, I don't think we should have that in the living room. Like if I brought somebody in the living room, like I would know that means like, I better take it out.
Translation, get that shit out of here.
Yeah. Because she's usually just like Team Sevan all the time. Fuck you, Bruce. What's this shit? I am fasting today. I get a pass. It's 2 10-calorie drinks is the only thing I've had. Hobart, Kate, Souza.
Mhm.
Do I get a fasting credit for today?
I'll give it to you.
Thank you.
I believe in participation trophies.
So what's wrong? You don't like your prep? You don't like your prep, Hobart? You don't have that's what I'm getting from you. I'm sensing insecurity that basically you came to the table today with stories that you don't feel like are adequate for our listeners.
I came to this table with great stories.
Some good ones.
Well, then why do I keep every time the show gets slow, I have to dig into fucking Kate's sex life?
Because I feel like as soon as I start talking about a show, you want to talk about Katrin David's
Kate's sex life.
I
feel like the news is designed for the news is designed so Sevan can just fucking railroad it. That's how this whole podcast is built. That's the premise of it. James brings in news articles. Sevan fucking just
yeah.
It's because I'm too insecure just to have a show where I just talk nonstop about myself and my wife and my life. So I pretend
you just need a vehicle for it.
Yeah, it's good like that. And occasionally, if I'm really feeling bad about myself, attack you and James and Matt. It's good.
Matt, let's skip down to the CrossFit Games. That's Dallas story.
Oh.
Bam, we're live.
Representatives. God damn it. Shut up.
Has this been announced? How does Lauren Khalil know about this? I can't wait to hear this story. God, the games are good.
Representatives from CrossFit, including Dave Castro, were planning a visit about 200 miles north to Dallas. Their intent, evaluate the city as a potential host for the 2023 CrossFit Games and beyond. CrossFit has been very hush-hush about future CrossFit Games sites, but Morning Chalk Up has been able to suss out that Austin, Denver, Madison, the current host city, and now Dallas have all filled out their RFP, which I think is a request for proposal to bring the games there. To put things into perspective, Dallas's proposed venue, Fair Park, where they host the Cotton Bowl, versus the Alliant Energy Center in Madison would be a 69% increase in acreage. So we should go there.
69. Oh, I need a sound effect that says that. 69.
just get Quagmire giggity.
To be honest with you, I think that giggity. Yeah, man, she doesn't live on Uranus.
You guys love me. Look at you. Even when you attack me, you use my favorite words. Oh, man. Giggity. Okay, so what's the deal? Is that story's done?
That's it. That story's done. How do I think that they find out? I think it gets leaked. I think they get reached out to.
I think everyone's just waiting to hear the announcement because everyone's aware that the contract is up in Madison next year. So it's like everyone's just looking for information.
Does he have like a Google alert? Do they have a leak? Does Dave say, "Hey, we'll tell you this, pretend like it's a leak, and then promise to do 3 good stories about me, or don't talk shit about my cornrows next year"? Like, is it like that?
I don't know if it's Dave, but I also think there were some CrossFit reps down at the Rogue Invitational, and then they were headed up to Dallas after that, and so I'm sure it got leaked or released or discussed there.
And like, there's a guy, Joe, that works for CrossFit. Do you know Joe?
Which Joe?
And he used to be the editor at Morning Chalk Up. You know that dude? No.
I don't think I do.
Yeah. Well, anyway, my point is that it's incestuous. Like everyone's like, there's probably people who work at Morning Chalk Up and work at HQ. There's people, you know what I mean? Like this is the space, right? There's something like you worked at Rogue in 2005. Now you work across at HQ. Now you work at an affiliate. Now you work over at fucking, what's that thing that vibrates? Oh,
Hypervolt.
Now you work at
Rabbit.
Yeah.
I was not thinking Hypervolt.
Oh, of course you are. What's the name of your podcast again? Gone Rogue. What is it? What is it?
GoneRogue.com.
gone rogue. See?
I should sponsor you. Fuck me. I'm gonna sponsor you.
There we go. Look how excited you got.
I opened up a 501c3 or whatever Matt Souza told me to open up. We're like a real business now. Sevan Podcast, Sevan Media LLC.
Okay, I had this great story about how fashion is bringing high heels back, but I think we should just skip to the story about the woman who sued over her own birth and won.
Oh yes. I'm so glad we're talking about that.
Yep.
Is that
Let's
a
get
joke?
down there.
What country is
That's
that?
a
Please
real-
tell me it's our country.
this
Please
is a
don't
real-
tell me it's our country. France.
This is a real story.
What country?
I actually,
Canada.
this is in, what country was this in? I missed what country this was in.
I saw it on an Australian news Instagram, but I don't know what country it was.
Yeah.
Hey, Hobart. That's another. Come on, man. Come on, man. You're sitting there bragging about how you didn't get to eat dinner tonight because you have to do the news show. You want us to feel sorry for you. You don't even know what country takes place in.
Okay, a couple of things. One, didn't ask you to feel sorry for me.
Oh.
Two, I
from the
really don't think they
UK.
mentioned it. Okay, UK, yeah, that makes sense. So she sued her mom's doctor, claiming she never should have
Wait.
been born.
This is really important. Did Kate just say "fuck me"? Okay, go Hobart.
Probably.
This is a great story. Milk this.
Evie Toombs launched landmark wrongful conception case against the general practitioner of her mother as she suffers from spina bifida and sometimes spends 24 hours a day connected to tubes. Spina bifida is a birth defect in which a developing baby's spinal cord fails to develop properly, and sometimes it'll create like a growth or develop partially outside of the body. Basically, this has to do with the doctor's inability to discuss the supplementation of folic acid during an early appointment. This girl's mother, Evie's mother, Carolyn, claimed she was not told by her doctor, Mitchell, of the importance of folic acid supplementation in spina bifida prevention. She told the judge that the doctor, this is the mother, the mother told the judge that the doctor had told her to go home and have lots of sex, which she found somewhat blunt, but clearly she did because she had a baby. Now, back to Evie Toombs, the girl with spina bifida. The 20-year-old's wrongful conception claim saw her take Dr. Philip Mitchell to court over his failure to advise the mother to take vital supplements before getting pregnant. She alleged that the medic told her mom, Carolyn, that she needed to take folic acid to minimize the risk of spina bifida affecting her baby, or if the doctor had told her that, then she would have put off the conception. The case will return to court to decide the full amount of Evie's compensation unless agreed by the parties outside of the court. According to her own website, Evie, the young girl suing the doctor, describes her motto in life as find a way, not an excuse, or just sue them. As well as she also has competed throughout her life in show jumping, nationally and internationally. She educates children about invisible illnesses and works at Nottingham University.
Oh, do you think she's so fun to hang with? You think if she was like at one of those parties I was at in college drinking beer, she'd be cool if I just poured a beer over her head? You think she's cool?
Is that how you think my wife dresses?
Yeah. No. Your wife would have those pants are way too tight for your wife. Your wife would be no. By the way, that right. Look at. Never mind. I was going to say.
Finish.
I was going to refer to her as a spinner.
Okay. She writes, I was born with a form of spina bifida, but having a passion in life gives me purpose and directions.
Oh, wait, look at this ad to the right. Can you guys
know what is happening in that video.
That's the lady with no arms. Now that's what I'm interested in. Now that holy crap.
Oh, she made shakshuka.
You knew that? You recognized that meal?
Yeah, that's what it looked like.
God,
this is actually the real reason I added this story, so we could talk about the girl with no arms living her life.
That's just in an ad next to this story, the spina bifida.
I wonder if
finds
she's
time to
sued
squeeze
her
in a
mom's
workout.
doctor to fucking...
Man, that's crazy. Okay, so sorry. So tell me more about this lady. But can I ask you this? Is the premise of the story that, hey, the doctor gave her mom advice to fuck, but didn't give her advice to take the right vitamins to prevent spina bifida?
Yes.
And then so if he wouldn't have said, hey, go out. Yeah, that I don't know if that's law. I don't think that's
But
logical.
here's what's really interesting.
I don't think that's fair. I don't think that makes sense.
If he had waited, if her mother had waited to conceive, then maybe Evie would never have been born at all.
Yeah. Well, of course not. She, of course not, wouldn't have been born. Hey, we need to ask that. Well, let me ask you, Kate. Maybe you know. If
Chris Birchfield called you a spinner, Sevan.
Could be. I could be. If Gabriela Garcia wanted to, she could use me like a fucking, what'd you call it? An egg beater? An egg? What's that thing called? An egg? If you bone at, let's say, noon, and there's
you
like
take
300
folic
million.
acid by 3.
No, I'm just saying, like, there's like any change in the position, the time, how many strokes it takes to bust a nut. I'm guessing all of that would change which sperm cracks the egg. I'm guessing that there's not just one sperm in there for a month. It's like, man, if I get free this month, I'm the one in the egg. I'm guessing there's just way too many. Do you know what I mean? Like,
well, that's the whole point, right? It's a war of attrition.
If the race is at noon, it's going to be a different outcome than if it's at noon in 1 second. If the race it happens from the doggy style position, it's going to be a different winner than if it happens at missionary. Like, there's just so many fucking runners, or are they called swimmers? Whatever sport they're doing, there's so many that, no matter what,
only one gets
I
through.
didn't do that, did I? Or hell if I do that.
Oh.
Yeah, look at this. Holy cow. Good job, Susan. 1 in 400 trillion.
Okay, this is bullshit. Who's counting all that sperm?
Who cares? Don't fucking ruin my story. Just go.
This is Sevan. A 1. 2.
Oh, yeah. See, yes. Hobart for sure married a horse girl. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I picture just this really...
She's like this jacked CrossFitter. She's like a CrossFit babe.
I'm not talking about what she is. I'm talking about what she is in my head. Hobart has a bed that has a canopy on top. Like, his bed, he has like a feminine bed.
Like a mosquito net?
No,
like
like that.
Yeah.
It's like fancy. It's like he's an ornate bed with like wooden ornate handles and shit on it. Like everything's ornate.
Yep. And everything in the kitchen is in a jar and it has a label.
A mason jar for sure.
Yeah.
All
right, let's go down to the story. Why are some people happier than others? Oh, he's gone again. Where did he go?
He just muted himself.
Why is he muted?
Why are you muted again?
Oh, it says your mic's not connected.
Oh.
We can't hear you.
Yeah, man, we can't hear a word you're saying. You're really blowing it. Giving you a double thumbs down.
I have this thing. It's called a Rodecaster Pro, and it's supposed to be it's like the way to do a professional podcast, and it has a touchscreen on it. And even though this thing is brand new, the touchscreen is broken, and so it just is choosing. Like, it's pressure sensitive, and somehow the screen is fucked up, and it's just choosing random buttons.
Is that why I kept going through that demo mode the last time?
Can you show us? Can you show us what it looks like?
Yeah.
No, because
but if you guys get disconnected.
Oh.
And look at Kate's like, that's
okay, DJ Scribbles. Nice job.
Gone ho.
Yeah. Look at the colors.
Let me show you the thing that's so look, there's the touchscreen. See? So right now it's just on one thing, but in a couple seconds it'll switch to something else. And it's not supposed to until you touch it. And so then it starts choosing all these options that are not.
The Rodecaster Pro.
Hey, this is like holding a 45-pound plate out in front of me.
It is. And your arms
Are you
are
just
bent,
traveling
so it
with
doesn't
that?
count.
Well,
in your suitcase?
I bought all this special shit for it to travel with it.
In a review of general psychology back in 2005, 50% of people's happiness is determined by their genes. 10% depends on their circumstances, and 40% on intentional activity.
I know when my wife wears 7 jeans, my happiness goes way up.
Are you sponsored by 7 Jeans now or something?
No.
The return of mom jeans is devastating. Like high-waisted, like long. I can't even.
I would never let my wife wear those. I would never let that's
You would
what
never let your wife wear
Oh man,
listen,
I can't wait for Kate to knock your teeth out.
listen. She's never leaving Australia. Don't worry. You can say whatever you want. It's your obligation to make sure that if your wife has a fucking insane body like my wife has, that she fucking does everything. Like she doesn't put on clothes that make her look like a pile of shit. So why would I do that? Like my wife has a fucking stop it. My wife has this incredible body and she's gifted like with this amazing ass and she does a lot of like she works out. She does that CrossFit shit. Okay, you guys want to see it? It's the fucking ghost is working now. Oh no, it's stopped. Oh yeah, there it is. Look it. So this is the thing. Where is it? God.
Other corner. Keep going.
See,
There you go.
did you see the switch?
Yeah,
No,
I
I didn't see it.
Oh, stop, Hobart. Come on, baby, do it.
40% of your happiness is determined by intentional activity, mainly whether you're positive or not. A lot of these results were developed out of studies with twins, assuming they had similar nurture or similar environments to grow up in. In response to criticism about the 2005 paper, the same authors wrote a paper in 2019 that introduced a more nuanced approach on the effect of genes on happiness. Genes, 7 genes especially, influence the behavior that helps people choose their environment. For example, extroversion passed from parents to children helps children build their friendship groups. Equally, the environment changes gene expression. For example, when expecting mothers were exposed to famine, their babies' genes changed accordingly, resulting in chemical changes that suppress the production of a growth factor. Some people might struggle a little harder to enhance their well-being more than others, and that struggle may mean that they will continue to be unhappy for longer periods, and in extreme cases, they may never experience high levels of happiness. Others, however, who have more genetic plasticity, meaning they are more sensitive to the environment and hence have an increased capacity for change and potentially happiness. So if you're miserable right now, get used to it because it's probably how it's going to stay.
There was this lady on the tennis court the other day.
You should have just said that.
Yes, thank you. We give fucking feedback after the show's over. It felt one of those like L1 things. There was this lady on the tennis court the other day next to where my kids were, my wife was playing. My wife was playing with Avi, and then I was off in the corner with the 2 little twins. And there was this lady next to her on the court adjacent to her playing. And I heard this lady start telling my wife how nice her body is. Fucking went over there like she's my fucking wife. Stop looking at her like that. No, I don't care. But I thought it was great. I love hearing people compliment my wife's body like that, especially other women.
Does it make you happy?
Yeah, I just love it. I mean, but my wife's just that typical CrossFit girl. If my wife wears something like even slightly revealing, someone's going to say something, like no matter what. And this other lady had an insane body too, so I would like really liked it. It was like game recognized game. You know what I mean?
Game see game. I like that.
Like game recognized game. Get in where you fit in, ho. I was like, yeah, that's my girl.
That is how I close my level 1s, Todd. You're exactly right. If your life sucks now, get used to it because it's certainly not going to get any better.
You can, but you have to really. I would advise us if your life is miserable. What should you do?
Oh, if possible, surround yourself with people who you admire and who lead happy lives that you want to partake in.
Oh, fuck that. Don't take that advice. Kate, your turn.
Fuck. I don't know. I feel like it's a dead end question. If your life is miserable, like fuck.
Take Prozac.
Go hang out with
Yeah.
Hobart and fuck
Maybe
him up.
someone-
Hobart lives his great life, and he's saying if you're miserable, go hang out with happy people to make yourself better. Fuck off. Don't come to my house. Go to Hobart's house.
Come on
I got
over.
one. What if
Go,
you just
Susan.
take care of somebody else?
Mm.
Like stop making it about you and your, situation and get out of your head. Go provide something positive to your community, a neighbor, a friend, and then get him to where that person maybe relies on it a little bit. Gives you some accountability.
An accountability buddy. I like it.
Accountability, buddy.
There's this dude we had Thanksgiving dinner with.
Sevan, you haven't answered the question.
If this ends with him getting shot by his girlfriend's new boyfriend, I'm gonna be so fucking mad.
There's this dude we were having Thanksgiving dinner with. Maybe I already told the story, but basically he's an Orthodox Jew, and they basically are just completely covered up like Hobart's wife, and they stay indoors all the time, and the wives have to wear wigs, and you can't the women can't like. Can your wife hug other dudes, Hobart?
Oh, absolutely not, man. She
Yeah.
I don't even let her. I don't let her look other men in the eye.
Exactly. So it's like that. That's
Yeah.
that's how like part of one side of my family is like that. And or they got people like that in the family. And I really like these people, by the way. They're good people. Their kids are amazing. They're smart as shit, of course. And they're good with their money. And but basically I was like, yeah, man, this is we were talking. I'm like, this is a top down virus. And by that, I mean, the top down, meaning it's being told us it's here. It's not like from the bottom and everywhere I look on the streets, there's dead people. I don't know any fucking dead people. He's, oh, I know 12 people who've died. I'm like, you do? He goes, yeah. And I go, holy shit, you know 12 people who've died from the DVOC? And he goes, yeah. And I go, how? What? Were they unhealthy? He goes, oh, yeah, they were all obese and they never went out in the sun and they're all completely covered up. They get no sun. They're indoor people. Yeah, it's like, yeah, they were New Yorker Orthodox Jews, indoor people. And so I tie that to the happiness thing. If you want to be happy, go outside, take your clothes off. Do not try to bring someone down like me or Hobart or Kate or Sousa, but like try to surround yourself by us. We're good. You can come on the team when you're feeling better. Get yourself better and then come on the team. I don't want you getting attached.
There you go. You want to feel better? Go outside. Sevan's advice: go get sun cancer. Skin cancer from the sun. Good.
That's the guy who looks like a fucking vampire.
Damn right.
We try to.
I have great, crazy soft, smooth skin.
I bet. Are your cheeks smoother than your butt?
It's close, man. It's close. It's close.
Hobart, did you know that your lips, your nipples, and the head of your penis, it's all like this same cellular like makeup? Like,
And your asshole.
really? Are you serious?
Yeah. I have never looked this fact up for real, but Greg says it to me. He's like, your lips and your asshole are the same type of skin.
Why? But your lips and your nipples and your penis and your clit, they all get engorged with blood. Does your anus get engorged with blood?
Absolutely.
Oh fuck!
Remember when Haley blasted you on that little button? Oh, I'm sorry, Mom.
I thought you were gonna say sorry to me. Oh man,
You're fine.
How about you're the same color as your shirt right now?
I know. That was a lot right there.
is that true though, Sousa? Does your butthole? Does that sphincter muscle get engorged with blood? I know like your penis, your nipples, and your lips are the same shit. Lips erogenous, but like, how about the blood? Like the way those cell membranes are made up, it's like the same thing.
We'll have to find out.
I don't
just search,
Are
does
your
my
lips
anus get
and
engorged?
us made of the same thing?
Yeah, does your anus get engorged?
Mombot.
Oh wow, that's a popular one.
Shit, this thing's doing stuff. Type of skin your lips is called mucosa, the same skin you can find at your anus.
To
Oh, it
ends of
looks like
pipe,
an anus like that.
alimentary canal.
Wait, say that again?
Because the lips and the anus are two ends of the pipe called the alimentary canal.
So this
That
is
woman in that picture has fake lips, or man, whoever it is, man or woman. Those are fake lips.
There's a movie. I cannot believe I'm going to talk about this. There's a movie I saw on iTunes, and I have not watched it. I have to tell you before. I have not watched this movie, and it's three. There's three. There's part 1, part 2, part 3, and it's a horror movie. Someone's going to know it in the comments, and it's about a
Human Centipede.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes!
I knew right as you said it. I was like, I know where he's going with this.
I'm so interested. You watch that?
Yeah, oh yeah.
Oh my God! You did watch it?
Oh, it's great. Yeah, it's great. It's kind of how I actually. It's an allegory for how I feel about this podcast. There's just a story that goes in on one end, and it just slowly gets destroyed as it goes from end to end. And there's somebody at the back who just gets the worst of it.
Oh God!
I'm really uncomfortable talking about this movie. And I'm really uncomfortable. I should have vetted you before I had you on the podcast reading the news. That should be like the only question I ask you. Can you work Sundays at 6? And have you seen The Human Centipede?
What if I said I own it?
Oh my God! And you watched all 3. You have Human Centipede night at your house. See that here's watch the trailers for them, and by the 3rd trailer, I was like, oh, he connects like a bunch of people, right? Like it's a whole train.
It's like 100 of them.
And
was it actually scary? Like, was it actually good? I've only ever seen the
gross.
piss take that South Park had on it.
It's just gross. There you go.
Wow. Oh, no, that's different. So in the movie, he really does that? He sews people's lips to other people's anuses?
Yeah, and he's just like yelling at him, like, feed her. You know, like, it's not good.
Wow.
You'd want to be the person at the front, right?
Hobart, is Kate right?
What you want to be the first?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't want to be the last.
Hey, is the person in the movie who's the first, do they have like a lead role? Do any of the characters, like they can't talk unless you're the first person, right? None of the other people can talk?
Well, they could you should watch it.
No, I feel like something would be wrong with me if I watched it. I just want you to tell me a little bit about it. I don't want to go.
They could make like mumbly noises, you know, like.
Like I want Cassandra to push on that spot behind your ball sack, and you tell me about it. I don't want anyone pushing on mine.
There you go.
Oh my goodness.
Ooh. Why'd they sew up there? Why? What's the?
Oh my goodness.
Oh,
okay. New stories. Hey, how does it end in the third movie? Did they kill him? Does the centipede people kill him? Get separated?
I don't see the. They actually there's a train of 500 of them, and then they sew him on as 501, and that's how they get their revenge. Actually, I don't know. I haven't watched the third movie, but that's what I would do. The last person.
Oh God.
That's the winner. That's the comment of the night. That's the winner.
It is really an uncomfortable topic, that movie. How did they get funding for that movie? Why? Like I would just be like, what? Why?
I don't know.
You good with
there's They probably made. How much money did the movie? Here's. You want to know a scary stat? How much money did the?
I feel like it's like a Sharknado type film, you know.
Sharknado.
Some of those ones where they're like, "Fucking make it, just make it. We don't care, do it."
I don't know. Sharknado.
Do you want to know how much money it made?
How much?
Only $252,000.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Hey, is that Wow. Oh, that makes me feel better.
Yeah, that makes me feel better too. But that means the people who went to see it were the real sickos.
Yeah. The committed group there.
I mean,
especially like going to the cinema. Like I'll have a one.
There's no way that was in the cinema. There was no way that was in the cinema. Hey, is that movie in English? Is that in English? Is that made in America?
I think it is. I think it is.
Came out of the. Did it come out of Europe though somewhere?
It's a Dutch film, maybe. German film. Dutch.
It would make me so much better if it was some Nordic country.
Yeah, it's a Dutch film. Yeah, Dutch.
Hey, the opening scene in that movie, I saw the preview. It's like these two girls and their car breaks down in front of his house. I mean, there's
Always.
it's just like, hey, there's a movie. I want to speak about a really good movie, amazing movie. I think it's made in Finland. It's called "Don't Let Me In." Don't let the last one in. Don't
let them in.
let them in. It's a vampire movie. It's about a little girl vampire. It is the most amazing.
Oh, that's an old movie.
Yeah, it's so good.
Yeah, that is a really good movie.
It's crazy good. If someone hasn't seen it, that's a movie to watch. And I don't like when you have to
like
read.
a Swedish or a Finnish film.
Don't let them in. Yeah, don't see the American version. See the don't see that one. See the original one. Man, is that movie amazing or what, Hobart?
I'm trying to think if it's the same movie, but I do remember the vampire movie. Yeah, I think it was.
She's a little girl.
Yeah.
It is something else. She's
like the vampire as a little girl?
Yeah, she's stuck as a little girl forever because she got bit when she's little.
Oh.
And it's just, I cannot believe
let the right one in.
Let the right one in. Basically, like you can't, if you invited, I think the premise of the movie.
Swedish movie.
Oh. I think all the issues are pretty much the same. It's just, you're just being racist if you separate them.
Yeah, that's how I felt too. I just watched the most recent Paranormal Activity, Next of Kin.
That's a movie?
Yeah.
When's the last time you've been to a theater, Kate?
Oh. Not in the last 2 years.
Greg, fucking dropping the ball. Some dude's gonna swoop in, take her to the theater.
They've been closed. They've been closed.
I don't think she can go to the theater. I don't think it's on Greg, man. This one's not on Greg.
All right.
Turns out Kate's love language is not the human centipede. Hey, there's going to be a blizzard in Hawaii.
Oh, did you hear what's going on in Oahu?
No, hit me with it.
All the water on the island's contaminated, and they're having to bring water in. Has anyone heard that?
How did I find this story about the Hawaii blizzard but miss the contaminated Oahu water?
Okay, anyway, go ahead with the blizzard, and then we'll go back to the water. I heard it's a fucking just complete shit show.
Oh, damn. Well, that delivers 20% of Honolulu's water supply shut down to protect against contamination.
Oh, it's Honolulu?
I think Honolulu.
It's
on
Oahu.
On Oahu? Okay.
Yeah. Petroleum found in the tap water, according to NPR.
Oh, then that story's not true. Sorry.
Yeah,
I didn't know it came from NPR.
The water's probably fine.
Yeah, drink away, people.
But there is a blizzard warning in effect for Hawaii's Big Island mountain summits, with forecasters warning that up to 8 inches of snow is possible on Sunday. The warning in effect through 6 a.m. local time for the mountain region said that travel should be restricted to emergencies only. In addition to the 8 inches of snow potentially being dumped in the region, there will also be winds of up to 125 miles per hour. Blizzard warnings for Hawaii are rare, but not unheard of, especially at this elevation, which is at the peaks of 14,000 feet. So it's not like they're getting, when I saw this, I was like, oh, like Hawaii, like they're getting like blizzard in Kona, but that's not the case. It's on top of the mountain.
Well, they're going to need all that,
Kind of a
that
letdown,
ice to turn into water. They're going to need that water.
Well, Hawaii is not Oahu, so.
James, where are you right now? You're not at home?
Okay.
James?
No, I'm on a little vacation. I'm here.
Are you in the United States?
Uh-oh. Yes. Yeah, I'm in the U.S.
Yeah, your internet's breaking up pretty bad.
I'm in Montana.
Oh.
Yeah, I don't know why.
You got hit by a blizzard.
Is it better now?
I guess. Maybe Kate froze. No, there's.
Yeah, I'm in the U.S.
Kate's still.
No, Kate's okay.
Wait, did you get a haircut?
No.
You wearing your hair
It's
differently?
tied up.
Oh.
It's just tied up. Well, actually, no, that's a lie. I did get a haircut.
Do you have makeup on?
Oh,
Something's going on. You glowing?
I'm in a completely different place though. Like I'm sitting down. This is
Are
my
you-
first seated podcast, and I'm like in front of a window, and I'm a little bit tan. We got summer happening. I've been getting some sun.
Are you
My hair is
pregnant?
blonder. I'm not pregnant.
You got a little glow to you.
Oh, thank you.
Hey, you're welcome. All right. Sorry, James. Go ahead.
No, it's okay. And I apologize if I mispronounce, but if you've been following along with the news in the U.S., I'm going to jump back up to the top, Susan, to talk about, I believe the young man's name
Not
was
yet.
pronounced Tate Meyer.
Mhm.
Okay.
Taint Meyer?
So, nope, I wouldn't mock this story, man. Tate Meyer.
I don't want to get canceled. Go ahead.
Okay, so there was a school shooting at a Michigan high school where 4 students were killed, I believe, between the ages of 14 and 17. One of them was Tate Meyer. So this happened in Michigan. One of the Detroit Lions safeties, Jalen Elliott, paid tribute on Sunday to the late Tate Meyer, one of the 4 students killed in Tuesday's deadly school shooting at Oxford High School in Michigan. Elliott, who was signed to the Lions' active roster last month, wore his number 42 jersey with Meyer's name as he entered Ford Field before the game against the Vikings. Tate Meyer also wore number 42 on Oxford's football team. Meyer was killed as he reportedly attempted to disarm the accused shooter, 15-year-old Ethan Crumbley, in Tuesday's rampage. Meyer was just 16 years old. So this follows up just to another story. I believe that the shooter's
Did he wear the
parents
jersey out on the field like that? He wore the jersey out on the field?
Yeah.
He's not normally number 42?
So
He is or isn't?
I don't think he is.
So he is not normally 42, but he did it. Damn, I hope the NFL fined him like $3 million. Not on the right number. Because I know they like to play by the rules. That's really cool. That's cool that he did that. That's amazing. I'd like to hear the story about that kid trying to disarm the shooter. What's the shooter's deal? Was he a student at the school?
So that's my next story.
Oh, is that him? That's the kid?
Yeah.
Ethan Crumbley.
Oh,
I like get it.
go on.
So the shooter, Ethan Crumbley, 15, charged with killing 4 students and injuring 7 others when he allegedly opened fire at Oxford High School about 40 miles north of Detroit. This was on Tuesday. On Wednesday, officials at the Oakland County Sheriff's Office said the teen shot a video the night before that spoke about killing students and made similar threats in a journal found in his backpack. I believe when they were asked to appear in court, his parents, they were unable to find his parents. So the U.S. Marshals Service offered $10,000 reward for information leading to the whereabouts of either parent, while James and Jennifer Crumbley were hiding out as prosecutors sought them in connection with Tuesday's deadly shooting at Oxford High School. After an hours-long manhunt, the Michigan school shooting suspect's parents were arrested early Saturday in Detroit after failing to show up on Friday for an arraignment. They pleaded not guilty to involuntary manslaughter charges during an arraignment Saturday.
Wait. Why would they be arraigned?
I'm not quite sure about those details. I'm just sure that in respect to this case, they're pretty important people to talk to. I think maybe one of the issues that they were being, I think one of the issues they were being arraigned is because Crumbley's father, I believe, bought a 9mm 4 days before this shooting happened. And I'm sure that has something to do with it.
He bought it for his son or for himself, and his son got a hold of it?
It's kind of hard to tell. I'm sure he bought it for himself, but I believe his son posted pictures on his own Instagram of him holding the gun and referring to it as his.
Yeah, and I think there was a bunch of evidence of him claiming like the day that it was going to happen, like saying it, like the school had a bunch of information on it. The parents, I think, even went down and talked to the school like that day or the day before and like met with some of the people at the school. So they knew.
Yeah. What do you think about this? They said, this is the only thing I saw about this case is I was either walking by TV or something. I don't know where I saw this. And I heard this This police officer's reading. He's like, and we have the boy in custody, and we're going to be charging him as an adult.
They are going to charge him as an adult.
Yeah, it's fucking like my immediate reaction is he's not a fucking adult. He's a fucking 15-year-old fucking kid.
The 15-year-old suspect accused of killing
Why
4 students.
And 15-year-old being someone explain to me why a 15-year-old is being tried as an adult. I don't even know what that means, but like, kids are fucking kids. They're fucking kids. You're gonna try them as adults now, and then later on, it's gonna be okay that fucking other adults are fucking them. Is it okay that fucking Epstein was fucking 16-year-old girls and 15-year-old girls? No. So why the fuck are you trying this kid who fucking killed his classmates? Something's fucking wrong with him. It's like the fucking legal system that puts 15-year-old girls in fucking jail or in juvenile hall for being prostitutes. You think a 15-year-old girl wants to suck dick for a living? You fucking idiots. Those girls need help. Don't put them in fucking juvenile hall. This kid's not, no one wants to kill anyone. No 15-year-old wants to be like, oh, I'm 15 years old. I want to get a gun and kill people. Trying like a fucking adult. Because you feel vindictive towards him. Because you're a fucking piece of shit adult who feels vindictive towards a fucking kid. It's fucking stupid. I don't know whether he needs to be tried as an adult or not, but when I see adults like being all proud of that or being so fucking sure of it, cocksure of it, fuck off. Fuck.
Well,
kids,
they're about it, yeah. And I believe as Chris mentioned too that I was gonna say, I believe as Chris mentioned in the comments, I believe Ethan did have access to the gun, and I don't think one of the issues is that maybe the father didn't do anything to restrict his son's access, who's a minor, access to the gun.
Yeah, I don't know enough about his talk, but I do know what it's like to be a kid. And I do know that kids need protection. They need leadership. They need care. It's not just like, oh, this kid fucked up, let's try him like a fucking adult. Yeah, like, Anthony should be punished extra hard for because these girls were fucking 15 and 16 or like anyone involved in that. But kids shouldn't be punished for fucking being kids that weren't led by fucking proper adults. Not as fucking adults. They should be treated like what they fucking are. The whole problem is that they didn't have fucking adults taking care of them. Now you want to jump on the bandwagon? You want to beat the child that fucking beatings got him to where he's at? It's fucking, it's gross idiocy. Don't let your emotions get the best of you and punish this fucking kid. And now I'm not saying that like you set him free and give him a free pass to Disneyland and being like, sorry, you had shitty parents. But like the way these adults are like so proud, we're charging him as an adult.
Yeah, I don't think it's just like we're charging him as an adult. I believe in some extremely violent or premeditated cases, the law does allow to charge minors as adults.
I agree. Yeah, I agree. What I'm saying is I don't agree with that.
And I agree. It's so that when they get charged, the sentence carries and it doesn't switch out as they're like 18, and that way they could give them a lengthier, longer sentence for the crimes that were done. Not necessarily like because they view him as an adult.
The way the police officer said it and the way I've heard everyone say it is there's this proudness to them. There's this like, yeah, we're not letting this kid get away with this. We're charging him as an adult. It's a child, man.
Yeah. I wonder if they do that because that's really the only consoling for the families who lost their child.
Who gives a fuck about the family? It's once again, it's the big picture. Who cares about the fucking one person or the 600 million people or the 600,000 people that died from the coronavirus? Who gives a fuck about them if fucking 10,000 kids got molested at home during the 2-year lockdown? It's just the big picture shit. No one wants to look at the cost of these things. And like, not only that, people are, it's a displacement. Is that the word I'm looking for really addressing the real issue? Well, we got this kid and we're going to put him away forever. We tried him like an adult. The whole thing is sad. Chris, what are you saying? I get your rant, but this is different. Why is it different? He's just a kid. Oh, this 16-year-old girl, she knew what she was doing when she went over to Epstein's house. She knew. She knew she wasn't molested. She knew he was giving her $300. He was taking care. She knew. Fuck off. She's still 16. Let me tell you something. If you're a fucking dude and you're fucking a grown ass man and you're fucking around with 16-year-old girls, I think you're a piece of shit. Sorry. They're 16-year-old girls. They're girls. And you're not. And you're a dude. Unless you're the last two people on Earth, then I still think like you should try to wait. Unless there's a time crunch to start making babies. Unless you need her to have 20.
What do I think?
Yeah.
I think I kind of like I understand what Sevan is saying, and like I think I'm kind of on board where if you can extract out like the cop or the adult in the situation talking about trying to punish harder to make people feel better, or like it's like an eye for an eye type thing, or like we're gonna fucking charge him as an adult. Like it does seem like it's like, I mean, just charge him like he should be charged. I think there's punishment enough there, but yeah, I can also see why someone would want to say like we're gonna do everything we can to make sure that he has consequences, right? Like for his actions. And at the moment it's like the system's set up for them to be punished or charged or whatever it is. So it's like, hey, what's the extreme version of that? So I think I can see both sides. I think it's the same thing. Like I think the idea of like being proud of like a 15-year-old kid who is probably fucked up, like it seems more like an example of just like how everybody's kind of got it wrong, really. Like I think Sevan said it. He's like he's fucked up. Like the kid's sick. Like people are fucked up, and I think we're like, oh, he's a criminal. Fucking like put him in jail, punish him as hard as you can. It's like, man, yeah. I think it's like there's probably other stuff going on that we don't know about.
There's a point. Let me phrase it like this. And I know this isn't like scientific or like in stone, but there's a point in your life where everything that's fucking wrong with you is your parents' fault. And then some point in your life, it's not. It's all your fault. And I don't know when that time is, but it just happens. It doesn't matter what anyone's done to you. It doesn't matter whether Uncle Buck got to your anus. Doesn't matter whether kids beat you up in the second grade. Doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. There becomes a point when everything is now your fault. What do I mean by your fault? Your responsibility to unfuck yourself. And 15 years old is not that time. Everything is still your parents' fault. And it's like and we live in this great country and there's no reason to rush that for kids. And so like, and maybe tying this back to the beginning, first part of the show, maybe that's what it means to be an adult. When you finally fucking realize that, holy shit, everything that's wrong with me, it doesn't fucking matter. I'm fucking now responsible for it and I got to fix it. And blaming other people isn't going to help. And I just think at 15, you're not at that point. I just think that like, you're just not. And so it just makes me sad that people want, like, it's missing the point on what this kid did to say we're going to try him as an adult. Like, this sucks. Imagine. Oh, okay. Good story, Hobart. Thank you. Tell me about fired. You got me up. Fired up. You got me up. I fired.
James, you
I think
muted.
that'd be a nice way to wrap up the podcast.
No, Chris. Epstein was a grown ass man preying on kids. That's the point, Chris. This was a kid who, I don't care what you call him. Call him a monster, call him a bastard, call him a fucking psychopath, call him a fucking murderer. I'm not arguing any of those things. I'm just saying he's a kid. And Epstein is a man, a grown-ass man who had plenty of time. Don't forget about the SUV that mowed down people. It was an SUV. Yes. I don't know what that means, but yes. Okay, yes.
So
I think the deeper question there is, he says, call me. I think the deeper question there is at a societal level, what are we doing or not doing to prevent the churn of children who resort to these sorts of actions? What are we doing societally to prevent them? What are we doing and how we react to them? Like all that kind of stuff. I think that's the bigger question here. Like we're not going to change immediately how we punish people like this or don't punish them.
Yep.
Is
Yeah.
Chris? Is this Chris? Do you know there's a guy normally on here named Jeffrey Birchfield? Are these guys related?
I don't know.
I have no idea. But like the first guy we talked about, that Tate Meyer, we could you could that's the opposite end of the spectrum, right? Like celebrate his parents. Like what was his upbringing like and the responsibility he took to where that situation happened, and within seconds he decided to act in a way that saved other people's lives to put his own in grave danger while doing it.
Well, we don't know if he saved any, but he sure as fuck tried, right?
Well, he tried.
Yeah.
Good enough.
I'm having this dude on the podcast tomorrow. His name's Eddie Penny. And his squadron was the squadron in 2011 that was in it was a SEAL squadron that was shot down, I think, over Afghanistan. It's called Extortion 17. I think that was the name of the helicopter, Extortion 17. I forget what the mission was called. But anyway, it's kind of like fell into this rabbit hole, and the way it was presented to us in the media is that this helicopter was shot down by RPGs. And one of the guys who died on the helicopter, his father's been investigating it. And what he found out is there were 7 Afghanis on the plane who no one will talk about, and no one is interviewed, and no one will mention in the investigation. And he suspects that one of them, that there was, I guess, some foul play on the helicopter, that it wasn't shot down by RPGs, but there was some mismanagement of who was allowed on the helicopter, and that the mission was infiltrated by Afghanis.
Is this the 31 Heroes workout?
Sorry,
I should say, is this the event that the 31 Heroes workout memorializes?
You know what?
Yes.
Maybe.
Yeah, I believe it is. Yeah, Extortion 17. Yeah, yep, it is. Okay. Yeah, August 6, 2011. Yeah.
So this guy I'm having on the podcast tomorrow was he actually watched this from like a closed circuit feed. I guess like he was a SEAL and SEAL Team 6 guy, and that was his squadron. I guess that really fucked him up. I think his best friend was on the helicopter. Alrighty. So that show will be in 11 hours. Are you going to be on that show, Sousa? You got your day job.
No, I got the day job.
You're a good dude. I'm cutting you out of t-shirt sales. Oh no, we don't sell t-shirts anymore. Damn.
You don't even give t-shirts out to us.
I know.
Actually, Sevan, I take that back. I might be around. I'll message
Hey,
you after.
look at that. See, I just threatened him with some non-existent cash.
No, I had my times messed up because we also have Hopper and Brian coming on at 9, and I got
tomorrow. Tomorrow?
Yeah.
No, I can't do that tomorrow.
All right, we'll switch it up.
Really? Do I have that on the schedule?
Yeah, I was back to back like that from 7 with Eddie Penny, and then at 9 with Jason and Brian.
Oh, and you were trying to talk to me about that before the show.
Yeah.
Hey, Kate,
when's Haley going on Kate's podcast? That's what I really want to know about.
You're good.
We're going to do the love language quiz to start.
I can't. She already knows.
And then we'll do the sex language quiz. We'll figure out what happened with the little...
There's a sex language quiz?
I just made that up, but there should be.
You should make one.
I'm pretty sure there is like a sexual personality quiz that's like pretty intense.
Yeah, but you could do that book.
Yeah,
I agree.
the 5 sex languages. What would they be? Giving, receiving, something along those lines.
Watching.
Yeah, voyeur,
Hey.
exhibition,
Exhibitionist.
participant, orgy. I don't know.
Sevan, what's going on?
I'm at the sorry. I'm looking at tomorrow's schedule. I'm looking at Jason Hopper. And Jason Hopper, this fucking guy doesn't talk on the fucking podcast. He's like, I hope you're gonna have some fresh questions. The interviews are getting a little stale or something. He's critiquing me. It's like, look, motherfucker, you didn't even say nothing. You're like Hobart, but just a little bit nicer, fresher body. Fucking crooning you for the podcast when Hobart dies.
Awesome. Much nicer body.
Oh my god, I don't know. I'm stressed out. I haven't told my wife. That I told her already that I have a podcast at 8. Now I'm gonna have one at
10.
What? Oh, at 10 a.m. my time.
Yeah.
Oh, I just scheduled it for 9 a.m. I'm fucking this all up. Hobart, do you have any more news stories while I work on some other shit?
Oh, I just closed them. Yeah, I can get
We're
some
coming up
going here.
3 hours. This is a
Oh, I'm all stressed
epic
out. I'm a
news.
mess.
Oh, I do have to. We have to move our next week's news day too.
To when?
I don't know. Maybe Tuesday.
I have been trolling you guys all night. Most of it was out of love. Keep up. Oh, that's Colin. That's fucking Colin. That's the Colin dude. You know who normally calls Pharrell or?
Wait, why do you think it's Colin?
Because he says he's been trolling us, and it's a name I don't recognize, and it's a name stolen from a fucking other person in the comments, and it's him. They cracked coke and fucking
You think it's Colin Birchfield?
I'm Batman and Tracy wrapped into one. I just crack codes all day. That's all I do. Thumbnail of Hobart was him looking swole. Yeah, you know what? So this is what happened. I was running out of time. I forgot that we had a I'm a fucking mess. I'm on vacation, guys.
I can send you some new pictures, man.
Don't judge me. I'm on vacation.
The news never sleeps, man.
I think Kate's gonna. If you can't make the show on Sunday, Kate, are you around Sunday at 6 p.m. next Sunday?
Yeah, next Sunday I am. The week after that, I think I've got a couple weeks where I'm moving and stuff, so I probably won't be around for some of those. But next week I am.
Tell me about this moving thing you're doing. Is Greg going with you?
Yeah, so he's from Newcastle. All his family's there, so that's kind of part of it as well.
So you guys are kind of like, fuck it, we're out.
Yeah, pretty much.
Did you
We both work remotely. Like he works remotely, I work online. So yeah, we're out. We can't there's nothing we can do here being unvaxxed. So.
But what do you want to do? Like, give me an example of something you want to do.
Train at a gym, have a community, like fucking interact with humans, go outside, go eat a meal in a cafe or a restaurant, go watch Human Centipede at the theaters.
Yes. That's actually the sound they make, Sevan, when they eat.
I went to a Starbucks.
So some of these people listening can go to bed.
There's only one Batman here. 7. I went into a Starbucks in Los Angeles, and they had a sign that said vaccinated people were the only ones allowed in there, and like you had to have a mask. They had all the signs. I just went in there. No one said shit to me. No one checked my vaccine card. No one said anything about my mask. I really want to show you some pictures of these people I took today. Like these weren't even like men. They were there. It was so crazy. But they were dudes, but they were like, it was almost like, do you remember in high school there was, maybe you guys didn't have this because I'm older, but they were the goth people. And like they just did everything in their power to stay out of the sun. And like the real fucking diehard goth people, like they had coffins in high school and they slept in coffins in their bedroom. That was their bed.
I love hanging out with the goth kids.
Yeah, these are like them.
They were the best.
They're always like the nicest people too.
Oh, they are?
The nicest. Yeah, the best.
Oh, I didn't know any of them. I was just scared of them. But these are kind of like, man, I wish I could. Maybe I can pull up the photo or two. Let me see. Hobart, you're on vacation?
Yeah, I'm taking a little vacay, a little trip.
Is it or snowboarding?
I'm up in Montana skiing at Big Sky, but unfortunately, I'm not going to say unfortunately because I'm still on vacation essentially for a week. There's just no good snow anywhere right now.
Look at
my dad.
You're gonna have to go back a little bit, Sevan. Go back, right about there. Yeah.
I bet he could beat you in a 400.
Look at, and this is why I say it's veal. Like, look at the ankles to knees to thighs. It's just like poles. That dude's like 6'5", by the way. Look at his feet. I mean, that thing is like barely mobile. It's like the first.
I don't think he's producing any testosterone.
No. But I'm going to show you his dad and his grandpa. This is his dad and his grandpa. Behind him.
I can't believe
The
you just
mall
helped me
is just
taking
the mall
photos
is
of
just full
people.
of these people. The mall is just full of these people. They're just like, it's just kind of. I took so many pictures. I'm just like fascinated. I'm like, look at this lady. I'm not even. Do you see her? Like I'm just like a little bite compared to her. Like when I walk by someone like that. Seriously, I think, oh my god, I could fall into their ass. Like, whoa. It's just nuts. I know. I'm not even trying to be mean.
Yeah, you are what we call you are what we call a snack.
Yeah. And it's not even like I'm skinny. Like you won't catch me with my shirt off. But I'm not showing you like rare occurrences. This is like 90% of the people. It's and the amount of wealth here is nuts. Nuts.
Where are you?
I thought LA was wealthy. This place is. I thought Beverly Hills was wealthy. This place is nuts. Hey, there's a dude. I don't even want to. Like there's like people are building like. Fine, fuck it.
Oh, Bruce Wayne, nice full. That's a good call back to the badonkadonk.
Yeah.
Oh God.
Wrong sound effect. Damn it.
Oh yeah, one last thing. Kate Gordon, mate, is so fit.
Yeah, I know. 193. That's her snatch. 193.
Oh yeah, one last thing. I think we need to land this plane, team.
What the fuck?
3 hours and 30 seconds.
What is this thing? Hang in there, Kate. We are with you. What the fuck does that mean?
Because I'm fucking locked down in Melbourne.
I thought it was about me and Hobart and Suze. I thought it's because you were stuck here with us.
Yeah, I want to get down to
Probably that
Jackson.
too.
That's a goal this year. We'll see.
Oh, Jackson Hole is so cool. But you bring your checkbook, buddy.
I was gonna say, that's why it's a whole nother step up from where we're at.
Whatever you do not ever listen to Kate Gordon's podcast, Go Ho. And
Going road.
Gone ho.
Especially don't listen to it if my wife is
Sponsored
on.
by the Real Sevan podcast.
And, yeah, definitely go to it.
Listen
Definitely
to my podcast coming out.
What's yours called? Shobart? Yeah.
Hobart.